Puffins and hammers, acrobats and swag, the metric system. Let's go. This is it. This is to earn. I'm going to be charming. I'm going to be delightful. We're going to make it to the first segment of donations with Mrs. Metric this time. Alright, let's start the speedrun. Welcome to my GDQ submission video of Bully, a game that is near and dear to my heart, mainly because I am a speedrunner of it. Let's run to the school. If you look ahead, that's the main building of the school right there. That is Bulworth Academy, located in the lovely town of Bulworth. And we got the first mission of the game. Go to the principal's office. Hardest mission of the game, so it's really nice that we're getting this out of the way early on. We got to climb this whole stairwell and activate the mission.
Hello there, man.
Whew! Our part's done there. Time for the game to take over. We get to meet Professor Oak now. You can see the Firo in the background, and then there's a Magikarp over the doorway. A remnant from his past life. And the point of the game is to rescue Professor Oak, but he's not actually in danger until like 2 hours and 30 minutes into the game. And the speedrun only takes 2 hours and 40 minutes, so we don't really know that that's the point of the game yet. We arrive at the school here on October 31st. That day might sound significant to some of you, and we'll see why I said that date later on. After our mom marries a guy that's about 30 years older than her, and they decide to go off on a year-long honeymoon. Must be nice. So we're stuck at the school, this boarding type school. And when we get here, there's this massive culture of bullying. And we say no. No. If we're stuck here for a whole year, we're not just gonna like shrink like a violet and be bullied. So right now we're getting a tutorial on how to fight back, stand up to bullies, and the real point of the game is to try to put an end to the culture of bullying in the school. Wake up the teachers, you know, say, hey, this is a problem, we gotta take care of this. Wake up the school and say, hey, we can't act this way. But a lot of places had problem with this game being named Bully and it being set in a high school. They're like, you can't have a game called Bully be set in a high school. It encourage bullying. And this is what, 2006, back before bullying was cool to talk about.
That's enough of that. Break it up.
And so, in places like the country of Europe, this game was actually called Canis Canem Edit, which means dog edit. I don't know why you would call it that, but Latin's a stupid language. The reason it died. Pretty sure the reason was Mount Vesuvius. But there we go. This game is made by a small indie developer called Rockstar Games, who's famous for their 2000 hit Austin Powers, Oh Yeah Baby. True fact, except for the whole indie developer thing. They did actually do that. But they're also known for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which came out in 2004. This game came out in 2006, so it's a little over 10 years old. And then a game they made after it was Grand Theft Auto 4, which came out in 2008. So this is the meat of the Grand Theft Auto sandwich. That is the transition from Grand Theft Auto 3 to Grand Theft Auto 4. We're gonna see a ton of kind of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in it. Little missions, little quirks. And I'll point them out because I liked Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and it's kind of fun to see these things. Now, let's go do the apology tutorial. And just like in any Grand Theft Auto game, the whole of Chapter 1 in the speedrun is tutorials. So this is the tutorial on apologies. I'll give you guys one guess as to how many times we apologize after this tutorial in a game called Bully. I'll give you a hint. It's less than 1.
Kneel before Russell.
Yeah. 200, 2,004. Okay, I'm going to read this number correctly. 24,507 times is the guess from David, which would be correct because we've had a stack overload, so a number less than 1 is actually looping back around and getting up there. No, there is stack overloading we can do in this game. We're not going to do it because all it does is crash the game. We haven't found a way to make it useful. So there you go. The way you overload a stack in this game is you hold a book during a particular cutscene. No joke. But it's not useful. It's really not useful, so we're not going to do that. So no, we don't apologize again, which is a little bit of a shame because I think it would be hilarious if the way that we beat all the bosses is we're just like, sorry. Okay, normally I could just jump right back out of this trash can, but there's a guy covering my 6, covering my 8. I don't know. We'll do cool Top Guns type talk. And so we had to stay in there that time. We lost a few seconds to that, but oh well. It's really funny when you do the trouble meter tutorial and it's just like, jump in the trash can, jump out. But oh well.
Oh man, there's that weird chick Eunice. Let's have some fun with her.
Oh my god!
This is that weird chick Eunice, according to the cutscene. We're gonna glitch the camera during this cutscene, and in every other version than the one we're playing, when we glitch it, you see, normally it's on Eunice's face, but we glitched it to be on Jimmy's back. Sadly, and we're gonna take a moment of silence for this, in every other version, it's on Jimmy's butt. And we just get a whole cutscene of just the camera awkwardly staring at this little kid's butt. It's hilarious! It's the funniest thing ever, and I can't show it to you guys because we're playing on the PlayStation 3, which is what we like to call the stable version of Bully. Uh-oh. So we went to get this girl some chocolates, and I don't see them. Where are the chocolates? Jimmy, where did you keep the... Oh no. No, you don't keep chocolates there. Eunice, don't follow my lead. Eunice! Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that was some good making out. That was like the best making out I've ever done. Alright, hate to kiss and run, but we gotta go see a cutscene about the different factions of the game. We're gonna get a very quick cutscene, so pay very quick attention. This is about the different factions. Nerds, preppies, greasers, jocks. Did you guys get that? There will be a quiz later. Those are the different factions that we get. Now we're gonna get a tutorial on in-game clock and class time. This the stuff I'm about to say now is super dry as toast, but crazy important for the actual speedrunniness of this game. This game has an in-game clock that runs from morning to very late morning, so it goes, I didn't word that right, but who cares? It goes from like 7:30 a.m. every day to 2 a.m. in the morning, and then at 2 a.m. if you're still up, you pass out wherever you are, and you wake up without your shoes on.
What are you doing in here?
And certain missions are only available at certain times of day. So here in Chapter 1, for example, we're racing to get to a mission before 6:30, because after 6:30 that mission is no longer available, at which point we would have to waste time by going back to our dorm room, going to bed, waking up, and going and activating the mission. So right now we are in a race against time to start that mission. Later on in the game, we're in an opposite race where it's like, we better not be standing around waiting for this mission to happen because we get here way too early.
You paying attention?
So we just passed our first class there. Classes are our best way of manipulating the clock, and I'll explain that more when we go to classes later. But every time you beat a class, you get a perk. So we beat chemistry level 1, and we get 3 firecrackers, and we also get 3 firecrackers from a chemistry set in our dorm room once per in-game day. So an in-game day, you get a new in-game day anytime you start a chapter, and you get a new in-game day anytime you go to sleep. So we'll have to be kind of paying attention to when we picked up firecrackers from that chemistry set before, because sometimes it means we can't pick them up, and if we're relying on them, we'll have to find a different place. So here we go. The setup. This mission is nothing on the PC version of this game, because every animation in the PC is sped up just a little bit. So opening these doors right here, you're gonna see how long it takes to open this door. What is that, like 4 seconds? Less than a second on the PC. So you're at no risk of being bothered while you're doing it on the PC. Here we're just super vulnerable trying to open these doors, and we're really hoping guys don't attack us while we do it. Hopefully we get good luck, or I guess for demonstration's sake. You see, I'm just trying to open this door. Hey, we got it! Pick up a brick. Did we get the brick? We got the brick. Throw a firecracker. Katniss Everdeen would be proud of us. We Hunger Game that guy. And now we're gonna steal his slingshot. David asked, do you even use the chemistry set in the run? The chemistry set is my hyper backup for chapter 3. And then, I think that's it. There's so many, so it takes 4 seconds for the chemistry set animation to give you firecrackers. Depending on which chapter you're in, you're gonna find yourself closer or further from the chemistry set naturally. So sometimes it'll take 2 seconds, 1 second to get to the chemistry set, and 1 second to get back to where you need it to be. and sometimes it'll take half a second total because it's that close to on your way. And so you have to decide whether those 4 seconds are worth the firecrackers there, whether it's worth it to pick up firecrackers elsewhere, or whether it's worth it to just not go with firecrackers at all. And I go back and forth.
Yeah, okay.
Here in Chapter 1, there's about 9 places that we can use firecrackers and save a decent amount of time. And so when you use the chemistry set, you get 3 firecrackers. You can hold a maximum of 5 at any given time. We have 2 right now. And so there's 9 places that you can use them to save time. You get 3 from beating chem class. You can get 3 from your chemistry set. And you'll see me attempt an RNG drop of firecrackers later. If we get firecrackers there, we'll be super happy. But there's a high chance that we get a soda, or a carton of eggs, or stink bombs. And if we were to get stink bombs there, we would be super happy. If we were to do strats right now for this part of the mission called chemical warfare, or as my chat likes to call them, no. Please don't do chemical warfare. We want to see a speed run. We don't want to see Reset Palooza in the first 10 minutes of the game. So I'm going to acquiesce to chat and marathon safety right here, and we're going to take safety strats. We're going to climb this tree, and we're going to take out a whole football field from the safety of this tree. There's 3 different strats for this location right here. And these are intended. Sad. Bible thumb. Everybody spam Bible thumb for intended strats. However, for anybody who's watched my stream, this is the safest way. Okay, that guy just totally dodged. We're losing a ton of time. Okay, we're out of there. We took out a whole football team from the safety of that tree. Chemical warfare involves stopping all the football players in their tracks with a stink bomb and then blowing up the gas from a stink bomb.
Well done.
It's very brutal. Luckily, there's no like flesh melting animations in this game. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be able to show it. But we will progress. We're gonna progress with the game. There's middle of the line risk strats too that we're not gonna do either. And we're gonna do this mission here called Save Algie. And we're gonna see the first instance of something called the actor glitch. So what's gonna happen is you have these people, it's the same students. Every student has a name, and they're continually spawning all around the world to give it look like there's a populated town. And so we're gonna have a guy that spawned here, but he's actually part of the plot. But if we can get that headshot off right there, we're taking him out before he becomes part of the plot of the mission, and we get to skip his whole part. When he becomes part of the plot, the game's gonna give him a huge boost in health, and it's gonna take longer to fight him. He's gonna call 2 friends over to help fight, and we skip all of that by just headshotting him before the game activates him for the plot itself. And so we call that the actor glitch. We'll be doing that in a few other places. I might point it out, I might not. What's going on in there? What's going on in there?
Just look down.
Whoa.
Don't make eye contact with anyone.
Whoa, something's going on in there. We're on the water. We're waiting for this guy who we're escorting to catch up to us.
Hey, Trench said they went into the bathroom.
Alright, there we go. So we're protecting that guy while he pees. Oh, there was those 2 class. Hope they had fun there. So we're gonna stand around this slightly blue locker until the mission ends. And then we'll see how much the going rate for protecting somebody while they pee is these days. Normally in real life, I charge about $10. And Jimmy charges... Oh, wait, look at Algie's fly.
Thanks, Jimmy. Here's the cash. I'll tell my mom that not everyone
He charges 5. I think he's getting ripped off. Although, I guess, like, I'm a professional at it by now. He's only 15-year-old, so he gotta charge the lower rates. Let's go. Get out of here. We're coming upon the first errand of the game. This game is gonna force us to do a tutorial on errands. There's 50 errands in the game. Just like apologies, I'll give you guys a guess to see how many of the others we do outside of the tutorial. It's the same answer too as those. But while we're getting this tutorial for errands, why don't we take our first batch of donations here?
Greetings from Germany. Hans here. Why did the music teacher need a ladder?
I don't know why.
To reach the high notes. We have time for more?
We have time for one more.
How do you get straight A's?
How?
By using a ruler.
Thanks.
I get it now. It's hard to get jokes and speedrun. Alright, so we're going to do a very high risk, low reward trick here. We got to turn in this box, Beatrice. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump right before we turn it in. And that's going to skip the game taking over and making Jimmy do a lot of slow walking in a cutscene. But if you touch her at all during that jump, you fail the errand. Then we're going to kick that box and not pick up what was in it. It was stink bombs, by the way, I can see. We don't need those stink bombs. If it were firecrackers, that's where we get 3 more firecrackers and we can save a ton of time. But there we go. We did the first errand. Petey gave us a package. We gave it to Beatrice. Beatrice thought it was from us. Petey wanted it to sound like it was from him. A whole love triangle pops up, and we're just going to skip that whole subplot.
Pride of the teacher.
Now we're going to do a mission called A Little Help. Some really dry, worthless information for all of you. If you were to listen to the sound clips during this mission, you would hear them talking about, asking me questions about this guy that we're about to meet. We've never met him before. This mission is out of sequence, but it's not out of sequence because we did a sequence break. It's out of sequence because somewhere in development, they switched the order of the missions, and they couldn't be bothered to re-record the information. Sound clips. So with that done, how about we have time for like 3 more donations?
All right. Greetings from Germany. Gerda here.
Hi,
What
Gerda.
did the pen say to the pencil? So, what's your point?
Ah, I got that one right away.
Why did the kid study in the airplane?
I don't know why.
Because he wanted a higher education.
I
What do elves learn in school?
don't know what.
The alphabet.
Cool.
Alright, so I don't know if you guys saw me break the glass on this car on the way out. But they must have the best like glass repair company, because on the way back to return this mission, it's already fixed. Here we're going to do 2 very minor time skips. We're going to learn the uppercut, which is just holding a button to charge up and move. We're going to start charging it before the game tells us to, and then release us after the game tells us to, thereby saving just a little bit of time. And then we're going to deal that final punch and run away. And the game will stop us from running away too far, but because we run away, the game's going to either stack 2 audio clips on top of each other, same as the time of 1 audio clip, or just skip 1 audio clip altogether, same as the time of 1 audio clip. So that very minor runaway saves about 5 or 6 seconds, which is pretty cool. Alright, time for Defend Bucky. Defend Bucky is going to be where the speedrun really kind of starts, where it takes off. Right now we're playing the game fast, and we're doing the things fast. But we're not really glitching the game, we're not really tricking the game, and we're just kind of doing everything intended. I feel like after this mission, everything turns around. So we have to go defend a guy named Bucky. He's of the nerd faction, and he's being beaten up by the bully faction, which are just these generic guys in white polos. And the best way that I know of to defend Bucky is to just throw a firecracker right at him. His firecrackers deal splash damage. So if we blow him up, we can also blow up his attackers. That's what we're going to do here, ideally. Obviously, some things don't always happen the way they're supposed to.
Oh, what are you, a wimp, Bucky? I'm gonna make you and your boyfriend.
So we blow up that first guy, Bucky's health goes way down. Then we jump on here, and we do 2 headshots here. The second guy, you gotta watch to make sure he falls down, otherwise you're gonna get that actor glitch I talked about. And when we turn the corner, he's gonna pop back up with higher health, and you're gonna have to take him out again. And now we're gonna do some manipulation of some guy's movement over here.
This'll come
Where's this guy? Come back here! Come back here!
Don't stop.
And we're out of there. We have defended Bucky.
Damn it, kids, keep it down.
And this is where you would normally meet the hobo if they hadn't broken the sequence of the game. And here's the skateboard! Woo! All right, as I said, this is where I feel like the speedrun starts. Most other speedrunners of this game feel the speedrun starts chapter 4 after the first mission, because that one's the highest reset mission right there. Good to have it that late in the game. But the skateboard, if anyone has ever played this game casually, you will have decided not to use the skateboard. I guarantee it. Because it's slow. And it controls terribly. It controls like worse than the Titanic. And so you're just going to be crashing into everything and not going that fast at doing it. You're really like, if you've ever played this game casually and you said, I might speedrun this game sometime, I guarantee I'm not using the skateboard in the speedrun. Guess what? You're wrong. You're super wrong. Because we're going to glitch the skateboard. Skateboard moves very slow in a straight line. So what we're going to tell the skateboard to do is turn always. We're going to tell it to turn left and turn right and 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 turn left and turn right. And we're going to get this nice acceleration because we're always going to be turning. So we're going to be working with the top speed that the skateboard can go while turning, which is way faster than the top speed that it can go in a straight line. And we're also going to get the acceleration of turning. Now, there's a trade-off for this. The trade-off is we already have this thing that controlled terribly in the first place. It's going to control worse if we're telling it to turn always. So even the best speedrunners in the world at this game, aka me, that's true. It looks like we don't know what we're doing on the skateboard because I'm going to crash into students. I'm going to crash into walls that we could have seen coming like 100 yards away. I'm going to crash into everything. And it really is saving time because every other time I'm moving on the skateboard, I'm saving time. Ah! You were too fast for me, buddy. That guy spawns randomly a different direction from you and a different distance from you, and he can really kind of grab you. He doesn't care about me anymore. My trouble meter has dropped to 0 because I did that mission so fast. We're out of there. So right now we're going to see the first mission that we needed to manipulate the clock for. We need to be getting to that mission before 6:30. It's 5:30 right now, so the mission will disappear within a minute because the way that the game works is every second in real time counts as a minute in the in-game clock. So a minute in real time is an hour in the in-game clock. And now this girl's gonna kiss us here. I don't know what you guys did in high school, but if you did a favor for a girl and she kissed you and you didn't want her to think you were a thing, I always just shot her in the back of the head with a slingshot. There we go. That's solved. But what we really did there is we told this guy to come get us. By attacking a girl, we got our trouble meter all the way up. He's going to bust us, and he's going to take us to our first detention of the game. The first detention is just a slap on the wrist and a talking to, and we'll even skip the cutscene for that. Later on detentions will be very long jobs like mowing the lawn or shoveling snow. Or if we get busted during class time, they'll take us to class. Or if we get busted after 7 p.m., they'll take us to bed. So we're going to be manipulating getting busted a lot during the run for some faster movement. Him busting us there took us to the school, which is where the next mission was. And let's start this mission right here. This is called the candidate. We needed to get here by 6:30, and we did. So we're on a day 1 cycle. Oh, let me quickly go over class cycles, and then we'll get to some donations. So in this version of the game, there's 6 classes. There's a morning class and there's an afternoon class every day. So there's 3 different days of classes. It's the same every time you play. Destroy that speaker for later on. And so we want to be going to particular classes at particular times. Different classes take more time to get out of. So we need to be making sure that we're hitting the fastest class possible at the times that we actually need to go to classes, because we're not going to classes to beat that class. We're going to that class to manipulate the clock to get out of the class as fast as possible. So some classes, it's hit triangle to give up. Cool. We want to go to that class as much as possible when we go to class. Some classes, like gym, it's beat this whole tutorial. You do not get out of the class until you beat it. Well, we never want to go to that class. So we have what we call day cycles in this game. On this version of the game with the 6 classes, which is available on the PlayStations, PlayStation 2, 3, and 4. There's 6 classes, so there's 3-day cycles. And so we want to make sure not to get on day cycle number 3. this pattern that happens if you get to day 3 after chapter 1. If we mess up once and we get to the pattern number 2, we're fine. We don't lose any time except for the time we spent messing up. If you're playing this on the PC or on the Xbox or on the Wii, there's 10 classes there, and if you mess up by just 7 seconds in chapter 1 and get to day cycle number 2, class cycle number 2, you lose over 3 minutes. So you're gonna see, I come from playing that and I switched to this because this version is more stable. You're gonna see me get hyper intense later on about not losing 7 seconds. And I'll explain why when we get there. But let's take some more donations while we're doing this kind of rail shoot.
Sure. Greetings from Germany. Gertrude here.
Gertrude again? Okay.
When do astronauts eat?
Oh, when?
At launch time.
That's really good, actually. I'm gonna use that.
Greetings from Germany. Hans here.
Hi, Hans.
How did the music teacher get locked in the classroom?
How?
His keys were inside the piano.
That's actually really good, too. Those Germans are clever.
Greetings from Germany. Carl here. What did you learn in school today?
Oh wait, that's Carl with a K, right? 'Cause
Yes.
that's how the Germans spell it?
with a K. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you learn in school today? Not enough. They say I have to go back tomorrow.
And we're out of there.
In closing, remember, a vote for E
Oh, we got some jokes in chat too.
is a vote for me.
Greetings from Germany from Grim Birthday. When is the best time to go to the dentist? Tooth 30. Tooth hurty. It works better in chat, doesn't it? That one.
Yeah.
All right, we're back on it. So earlier I said the game, the very first day we go to school is October 31st. That's because if we do everything right and we hit class cycle 1, we're gonna get Halloween on the first day of classes here. And on Halloween, I don't know if anybody's being observant enough. There we go, skateboard glitch just crashed right into a wall. Also, skateboards don't go upstairs well. They don't go over grass particularly well. They don't go over sand particularly well. Skateboard in theory would be useless. But they've turned off the in-game clock. You have infinite time to do Halloween, which means you also have to beat it. There's nothing we can do about that.
I was just lying here.
So for Halloween, we have to do
Let's go get
5 hilarious pranks. Oh my goodness, they're so funny. And the first one is we got to put a kick me sign on a person. And the great part about the kick me sign is that placing the kick me sign is contextual.
Sounds okay.
If I'm standing on the correct part of that guy and I place the kick me sign, it puts a kick me sign on. If I'm standing and he turns just a little, or if I'm standing just a little bit on the wrong part and I try to place the kick me sign, it's
Yeah, I'm in.
I need you to do this thing for me.
punch the guy.
How's it going?
And if you're trying to put the kick me sign on a girl or a little kid,
Jimmy, watch it.
okay, there we go. What it actually is punch the girl, summon all the prefects, get busted, and get to try Halloween again.
Look,
Why
I
not?
hate to ask.
So luckily the kick me sign went pretty well.
Oh, excuse me.
Can somebody please follow my marbles? You. I follow my marbles. Does that count? I only have 2 more marbles. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna get, we got a stink bomb. 3 students. Stink bomb is area of effect. So we can throw 1 or 2 stink bombs. Now you see there's that mummy right there? We want him to stay there, because after this last prank of itching powder, hilarious prank, oh my god. So funny.
Anything going on?
You're the worst.
No, stay there, mummy.
Ain't no stopping Jimmy Hopkins.
We want to shoot either a little kid or a girl, which will spawn prefects, they'll bust us, and they'll take us to bed. Because they're really nice. Ah, David in chat says, I guess you lost your marbles. Alright, here we go. Here's that 7 seconds I was talking about. So right now, we've started a new day. So in theory, the day cycle will advance. We're on a new class cycle because we start a new day. In practice, that's not the case. It's early in the morning, it's before classes are available, and the game's not going to load the classes until 8:45 on the in-game clock. Which means that if we can beat this mission before 8:45 on the in-game clock, the game is not going to recognize that a day has passed. And we're on the fastest day cycle, class cycle that you can beat. the difference between passing this and failing this little gauntlet of challenge right here is 7 seconds. If I make 7 seconds worth of mistakes here, I will be on the second class cycle because we'll get past 8:45. So you'll see like the super intensity here, which actually isn't necessary in this version, but it is necessary on Scholarship Edition, and it's a holdover. My intensity here is a holdover from that. We got to hit all of these levers, and watching that in-game class time, try not to get to 8:45. It's actually 8:43, but I'm rounding. But don't round when you actually play, because if you get to 8:45, you'll find out that you're wrong.
Can't get in there. How can we get at the switch? You're really gonna
Gotta hit all these switches.
Jimmy.
Actually, you can hit a lot of these switches with the slingshot, and they do nothing. You have to do this silly plot stuff the game says to do.
Almost there.
This guy right here who's helping us, this is our best friend Gary. If you play the game casually, he's the main boss of the game, but if you speedrun the game, it's kind of like, hey, here's this guy we hang out in Chapter 1. And then you don't see him again until the very last battle of the speed. Spoiler alert. Late spoiler alert. We're going to do a little trick right here. And we're going to shoot Gary right there. That's going to save us running through a long hallway. By the way, we didn't lose the class cycle. We did that fabulously. And now we're going to fight Russell. This is the head or the tough guy of the bully faction. After we beat this guy, we will be the leader of the bully faction, and these guys will no longer bully us or other people in the school. So we've made a marked improvement. This fight is very RNG as to what he does, but we are going to do everything we can to manipulate him to minimize certain attacks that he can do. So he does those 2 punches overhead like that. Then what I do is I grab him, and that's going to stop him from doing a haymaker that knocks us down. Getting knocked down is the biggest time loss that we can have in Chapter 1. And then we're going to humiliate him to get out of Chapter 1. You see he has a ton of health left, but it's red, which means we can humiliate him or bully him, and that gets us out of Chapter 1.
You happy now?
We are splitting in this video. Obviously, you wouldn't split in a marathon situation, but the split is as soon as I see the words Chapter 2 pop up on screen.
With Russell
There you go. We're on
pacified,
PB pace.
I could be forgiven for thinking my troubles at Bullworth were over. But this place is a rotten onion. Peel off one stinking layer, and there's another even
So
smellier
onward to
one
Chapter 2.
beneath.
Look, the door's open. We now have access to the rest of the world. Although, technically, we know how to glitch our way out of the school grounds, and we have access to the rest of the world all the time. But now the rest of the world will be alive. It'll be vibrant. We won't go there yet. First, we gotta go help a teacher.
Uncle Kev cheered you some bits.
Hey, Uncle Kev, thank you for the bits. I hope you're having 10 bits. Wow. That's amazing. Really like that. Oh man, you guys are gonna overflow that glass in this stream. That'd be crazy. So there's 3 bottles hidden around the school. We have to find them, although we know exactly where they are. First, we're gonna run through this cafeteria, which some of the tightest movement in the whole game. The game's gonna spawn about 50 students or something, and just the turns and the camera work, just beautiful right there. Holy cow, Uncle Kev with more bits. Not to be confused with Norbit, the terrible Eddie Murphy movie. Okay. Next bottle is hidden there behind the trophy case, which I guess you can only get to by breaking the glass. So how he put it there in the first place is unknown. Last bottle is hidden here in the girls' restroom. I don't think the male English teacher should be spending much time in the last stall of the girls' restroom, but hey.
Especially with mysterious bottles.
It's mysterious bottles, yeah. I don't know what's in those bottles. I don't endorse what's in those bottles. Alright, we're going to try to do a little trick here. I'm going to explain it. And that's the little trick is not crashing into the wall on our skateboard. But we're going to try to attack a girl or a prefect or a little kid. There we go. It's actually a stupidly high-risk trick for a marathon. Maybe we won't do that in the future. But what we do there is we get our trouble meter all the way to maximum right before we turn in this mission. In most cutscenes, your trouble meter will dissolve and it'll go to 0. But in this one, it doesn't. And so we're fully wanted, and prefects are going to spawn as soon as this cutscene ends, and they're going to be coming towards us. See, there's one right there. Hey. Anyone want to grab me? That guy wants to grab me. And we're going to go to art class. If they busted us, it was class time. It's going to teleport us to art. where we want to be, because this is going to advance the in-game clock by about 2 hours or 2 minutes of time that we're not just going to be standing around later. And it's an easy to quit class. Oh my god, we failed art! Rip run. And see, that's why you want to go to art. So we get some movement teleportation, we get some clock manipulation, and that is why we attack those prefects there. And now we're going to start this mission right here called Last Minute Shopping. We're going to do a bunch of picking up stuff for this woman right here. And we're also going to pick up, this is the cook. She's a fabulous character. It's a little bit too bad that in this speedrun we don't get to spend more time with her, because she's just hilarious. But we're going to be picking up 3 things for her, and we're going to be picking up a few things for us as well. And you're going to see some real speed gained by the skateboard glitch, and also some speed loss by glitching and crashing into students. See, I just wanted to go out that gate, and how close did I come right there to not even hitting the entrance of the gate there? Skateboard glitching for the lose. Alright, here we're going to pick up a bike. Very, there's some, discrepancies in the speedrunning community about which bike you should pick up there, but not actually arguments. For a game called Bully, the speedrunning community is the friendliest community you've ever met. These people are amazing. And they're just trying to advance the game. Like, it's this teamwork. We're gonna pick up candies, eggs, flowers there for us. We're gonna be using all of those later on. Each one of those items we bought there at that store, later on in a mission, you wouldn't be able to pass the mission or continue with the mission without going out of your way, going to that store and buying it later. Then we also pick up Enna's meat for the mission. We pick up her razor for the mission, so we have 2 of her 3 items there. And we're gonna pick up the last item for Enna. Anyway, as I was saying, there's a little bit of, we don't even debate it. There's preference as to which bike you pick up. I pick up what's called the Aquaberry Cruiser. And that bike has the highest top speed of any bike we're gonna get in this game. Other people like to pick up a bike called the Racer Bike, which is what we're on right now. And this bike has the fastest acceleration. So the Aquaberry Cruiser is better if you think you're gonna be using a lot for long bike rides. And the Racer is better if you think you're going to be taking a lot of short trips. I prefer the Cruiser because we have a lot of access to the Racer. As you see, I have it right there. And also, I make use of the long trips a lot more.
What do I care?
You better use that meat soon. The clerk said it expires at midnight.
So that bike we purchased, you see that we're not on it right now. The way that it works is we're going to be going to magic red lockers throughout the game, and we're going to say Akio Aquaberry Cruiser, and it's going to magically appear. It's just a magic bike. Anytime we go to that red locker, that bike will spawn, and so we'll be using that heavily later on. I'll be pointing that out later.
All sorted.
Alright, there we go. We have finished that mission right there. Let's go out into the world. I know we just were out in the world, but let's go out into the world here. And I think now would be a great time for a few more donations.
Great. Greetings from Germany. Friedrich here.
Hi, Friedrich.
What do librarians take with them when they go fishing? Bookworms.
Yeah, that's not a funny one, but I laughed.
Greetings from Germany. Walter here.
Walter.
Walter here. Why did the clock in the cafeteria run slow? It was always going back 4 seconds.
Okay, so now we got the mission movie tickets. You see the girl in the cute dress in the back. She wants to get to the front of the movie line. She doesn't want to wait though for people to buy their tickets to get to the front of the movie line. So instead, we're gonna peel off people one by one from the movie line. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna steal that girl's bike, and all the boys that she was on a date with are gonna follow. The next thing we're gonna do is, in order to make out with one girl, we're gonna make out with another girl. Oh, where'd you get those chocolates from? It's so gross. Don't put them gross places. No, Eunice! Okay, come on, Eunice, let's go. So we give her some chocolates, and we say, you don't really want to see the movie, do you? You want to go make out with us? And the reason we do that stagger run right there is because she'll run back to the movie line if you run too far ahead of her. Oh, that's some good making out. Holy cow, she is a pro. And last things last, we're just gonna let these two guys see that we're here, and they're like, I don't want to go to the movies while you're there. And they leave. We hop on our bike. You don't have to hop on your bike here, but it's so swag. Look at this cutscene with him just like talking to the girl around his bike. Oh
Well, I do
yeah.
have a few uses, you know.
Now I get asked a lot
flowers.
while speedrunning this game,
Here's some
who my favorite girl in the game is, and it's her right here. This is Pinky. And the reason is that this is the only girl that we kiss in the whole game that we kiss because we go out on a nice date with her.
All right, sweetie.
Every other girl kisses us because we do them a favor. So that's why I like Pinky. She's a little bit stuck up. Right there, she's like, well, I can't go out with you right now because you're not rich enough. So, but here's some money. Thank you for getting me to the front of the line, and I feel sorry for you that you can't date me. We'll get over that later. And now we got a big choice to make. We got a big choice to make. Sweater or sweater vest? And we go with the sweater vest. And the sweater vest in the community is what we call the scrub vest. Because when new speedrunners are coming to this game, they don't know that you can buy the sweater. Because the sweater vest is you hit to the right once, which is your instinct when you're playing a video game. Is hitting to the right once. And the sweater is you hit to the left once. And so if you're ever watching a speedrun and you see somebody get the vest, there's a chance that they're kind of a new speedrunner of the game. And we're not trying to make fun of them or anything. It's just like, okay, so this is for runs that are scrub runs. And the sweater is for runs that, like, I'm going for it. I'm wearing the sweater. Give me them sleeves. I don't know. Is that Macho Man Randy Savage? That's what he would say? Speaking of Macho Man Randy Savage, we're in the ring now. We're going to do a little boxing right here. And it might look great, and it might look terrible, and it's completely RNG, or luck, as some people like to call it. But we're going to be boxing these guys, and it is going to be random as to how much they feel like blocking, dodging, or counterattacking. We're hoping to beat them all in round one. If you look at the top of the screen, there's a round clock there that's ticking down, and we want to beat them all in one round because that's going to be the fastest. If you go to round two, you get a end of round one animation or cutscene. You get a start of round two cutscene, and then you start back in your respective corners, and you have to walk all the way to the middle of the boxing ring. And then also everybody gets more health. They get a health boost. So round two is a big loss of time, but we don't really control it in this version. Remember how I said on the PC version, all animations are just a little bit faster? Well, that counts for this boxing right here, and the punching animation is just a little bit faster on the PC version, and it's just a little bit faster than their blocking animation. So your opponents on the PC will never, ever block in these boxing matches. And we'll see how much of a difference that makes or not, based on the luck of this one. The reason we're not doing the PC version right now is because it's not stable. The PC version has something like 4 to 6 more missions in the speedrun, depending on what you actually define as a mission. And it's just not stable. So it's so lovely getting 2.5 hours or 2 hours into a speedrun and just having it crash on you. And of course you didn't save, because saving takes time. So here's Parker. He has more health than the other guys. He doesn't counterattack a lot, but he loves to block. So we'll see if he forces us into round two. Right now we are getting some spectacular luck. In order to get through a block, I have to do a charged uppercut, which takes a little bit of time. And then there's the high risk that after me breaking this block, the very first thing he'll do is block again. Like that. There we go. Proving my point.
So much better, you know?
Chad is saying that not stable is an understatement. Okay, that was the wrong punch there. And we're out of there. So we got round one on everybody, so we're super happy with that. As far as clock manipulation goes, the game clock isn't running during this boxing.
There's a little problem.
So we are trying to get to a mission at a certain time of day here, and getting round one, round two, and losing, potentially a minute to bad RNG there, it's not going to affect whether we can get to our missions on time for this chapter. So we're very happy about that. We did this boxing tournament. The grand prize was a mansion. And these jerks don't give us our mansion. Instead, they punish us. They say, instead of a mansion, we're gonna give you an awesome beach house. And this beach house is gonna have a fully stacked bar, arcade machines, and wait for it, microwave! It comes with a microwave. We don't have to buy a microwave for that beach house. It comes with. And these guys are all like, ha ha ha, we punish you by giving you a beach house with a microwave.
I'm done.
Sucks to be them. I hope that's their microwave. Like, I hope their house doesn't have a microwave now, and they can't eat Hot Pockets anymore. We're just gonna be sitting there. We're gonna be making Hot Pockets day and night. We're not gonna be eating the Hot Pockets because we like our intestines. But we're gonna be making them because they can't make them. Shots fired at Hot Pockets. Sorry.
Hot Pocket.
Bike. Okay, so now we have a mission called Eggs. Which is why, when we were at the store earlier doing chores for somebody else, we picked up some eggs. We have to have some eggs here. Remember, we picked up eggs, chocolates, and flowers at that store. We've already used the chocolates. We stored them in a place that you don't store chocolates, and we gave them to Eunice and we made out with her. And now we're gonna use the eggs. Crucial that we have eggs. Have I mentioned that you need eggs or you can't do this mission? Oh, that's terrible bike parking. I'm not even joking, that's bad bike parking. That might cost us. Alright, and here's why you need eggs. Right there, look in the corner. Not gonna happen for long. Jimmy's holding eggs in that cutscene. Alright. We've used the eggs. We don't need them anymore.
Don't you wish you had the key, Jimmy?
Alright, the reason that's bad bike parking is we gotta get on this bike before the game says, yes, and we did it! Woo! It's because I'm good. You gotta get on the bike before the game says you passed. You cannot get on your bike while that you passed animation is on the screen. Which means we would just be standing around, waiting to get on our bike. Those guys would be punching us. And so that's why I was really worried about the bike parking. Alright, so the next mission that we have to do is at 4:30. We're coming upon 3 o'clock right now. So we can't do the mission. Also, GTA holdover. Despawn. Despawn. We can despawn guys off in the distance to clear room. If you've never seen a GTA run before, what I did is I turn on the backup cam just as a guy spawns into view, and it'll despawn them. And that'll make it clear for us to park our bike there in a good spot. But anyway, the next mission we have is at 4:30. We can't do it right now because it's not 4:30. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to go to Carnival and we're going to do everything we need to just pass that mission.
Oh no!
I'm good. What can I say?
Chat is saying that Scholarship Edition was not bad. The stability was not bad on the Xbox 360. They are 100% correct. My absolute favorite speedrun of any percent of this game is the Xbox version. We're playing on the PlayStation right now. There's 3 different any percent categories that we have it broken up into. The PlayStations, which is PlayStation 2, 3, and 4, PC, and Scholarship Edition console. And so Scholarship Edition console is my absolute favorite. However, the loading screens on that make the speedrun a minimum of, like, an estimate would be a minimum of 3 hours and 20 minutes, whereas the estimate for this is 2 hours and 50 minutes. So a half-hour time saved by just switching the edition. But it is my favorite. Coincidentally, it's also the one that I have the world record on. I don't know why that would make it my favorite, but it is my favorite. You get to do way more glitching and tricks on it. It's just the loading screens make it a little bit prohibitively long. For anybody who's ever speedrun a game, the difference between like 2 hours and 50 minutes and 3 hours and 20 minutes, I know it's just, like, in theory, a half hour, but it's so much more than that. Because it's like, well, I don't really have time to reset now because I don't have this much time to do a run. Park the bike here. So the next mission is just going to pop up
Desperate fella out. Oh, this is not good.
here. And there it goes. Pops at 4:30.
So,
And there's the flowers right there. So as I said, we bought chocolate, eggs, and flowers. We have now used all of them. Did you see that great use of flowers right there? And now we're on a date. Looks like a great date to me. Just biking away. Fantastic date. Actually, I think she says something like, I can't be seen traveling with you. Meet me at the carnival. Because, you know, we're not rich. Although technically, Our stepdad's on a 1-year honeymoon. I think he has money. Alright, and now we leave her behind. Great date. We're such a good dater.
Why'd you pick that?
And we grab a teddy bear, we hop out. Mission complete.
Oh, cool!
What I'm doing right now, during this cutscene, is I'm scanning the background. There's a woman. We're looking for somebody who we would, if we attack, would get our trouble meter all the way up to maximum, because we want to be busted leaving here.
Boy, Jimmy, it's a very...
That's it?
So there's a guy on a real date. We attack him, kind of spoil this date a little bit. Spawns a cop. This cop, since we're not on campus, we don't get taken back to our dorm or to class. We get taken to the police department, and they take away all of our weapons except for our slingshot. But that police department's really near a bus stop. We'll hop on the bus. Coming up. Oh, Race the Veil. That'll be a great time for donation. We'll hop on the bus, which puts us near our dorm. So lots of little movement tricks to get ourselves to a mission that starts at the dorm, but actually, like, where the mission really takes place and starts is at outside the carnival, which is where we just were. So a little bit ashamed of that. All right, we're gonna do something fun here.
Hey, Pete.
Keep an eye on Petey. That's Petey right there in the pink sweater. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. I know we're in the loading screen, but keep an eye on him. Watch Petey. 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 He's a wizard! Where'd he go? Where'd he go? That's the disappearing Petey trick right there. Alright, so if you look at the minimap right now, it says go back. Go back. You've left behind your mission. You left behind the mission. And the reason is, they want to put us on a BMX bike. We're about to enter a bike race. I don't know if you guys know what a BMX bike is, but it's like they took a bike, fired a shrink ray at it, and made it useless. The tires, the wheels are just so small that you can pedal for like an hour, and you get probably about, what would you say, 6 feet? 6.5 feet maybe even, after an hour of pedaling on those small tires. So instead what we do is we grab a bike called a racer bike to enter a bike race in, and we're going to be on that, and they're all going to be on BMXs, and, well, we're going to win the race. Now would be a good time for donations.
Sure, we've got a donation from the chat. Tom B from the Boston area donated 12 bits, saying, I didn't deflate those balls, and you know it, Metric.
my buddy Tommy B.
Yeah. Alright, do we got time for a couple more?
We got time for a couple more.
Greetings from Germany. Ursula here. What object is king of the classroom? The ruler.
Oh, that one took me a while. That means it wasn't that good. Sorry, Ursula. Sorry to deflate your joke.
Greetings from Germany. Willem here. How does the barber cut the moon's hair? Eclipse it.
Eclipse it. Alright, we're going to be taking a shortcut right here. The game's going to say you're falling behind, and then it's going to give us 4 checkpoints. So I think it's a pretty cool shortcut, worth noting. And then we're going to be taking another shortcut. The game is putting us on a very windy road right now. Instead, we're just going to jump off a cliff. And we want to be getting a 129 there, and we did. Woo. So we got a good time there. You can get a 128, but that involves clipping a lot of corners that you might also get knocked off your bike from.
Good job! Sweet win! Come by and see me anytime.
And then, dude, it's just beautiful routing of this game. We finished this mission right here, and the next mission, you'll see where it is. Places where missions are activated are these glowing yellow things in the ground. There's the next mission. Mission's called Beach Rumble. So it takes place on the beach. Which means we can't really use our skateboard, because skateboards, much like in real life, don't work well in the sand. So instead, game despawns all the bikes in the game, and we go to our magic bike locker, and we spawn our bike. So I think this is the first time we grab our bike. We run over that human. Come on. Go here.
Give me a hand, chaps.
We're gonna play some tug of war. So 2 guys are gonna jump down at us. Headshot 1. Headshot 2. Run up here.
Trash. Fellas, over
Walk up to
here.
this guy. And you want to walk up to him, because if you run up to him and try to do the tug of war animation, you'll actually do an aggressive grab, which like throws him to the ground. We get a tug of war, and we get our trophy back. Woo! We earned that trophy by cheating in that bike race by using the bike that we weren't supposed to use fair and square. And that's the way it's gonna be. Alright, here's a mission. You guys remember the mission, the eggs earlier, where you needed eggs, and so you had to have eggs, otherwise you couldn't start the mission, but luckily we had eggs. Here's a mission where you actually need eggs, and you know what the game does at the very start of the mission?
I'm sorry.
I'll give you a guess. This is metric.
Does it take away your eggs?
No! It gives you eggs!
Oh, that's
So,
nice.
look, right there, carton of eggs. The game has given us a carton of eggs. So we have a mission where we need eggs to do the mission, and the game gives us eggs. How cool is that? How much sense does that make? Try to do some deep bike parking right there.
Hate that.
That was actually really good bike parking. I'm not even joking. I know we fell off. And so now we gotta throw eggs through 6 windows. And we're gonna do a little metric trick here that I love. And what we're gonna do
It's all over the couch.
is through one of the windows, we're gonna throw an egg.
Go through that egg.
And then the egg's gonna keep flying and go out of a different window. And so it's gonna count as going through 2 windows, because technically
You're not
we
going
threw
to
the
get
egg
away
through
with
6
it.
windows. I'm watching the mini map to make sure it actually counted. There we go, we got it. So we skip a whole 2 sides of the house by doing that. The egg through 6 windows. I think it's a really cool trick. This is metric doesn't seem that impressed. It's a little bit sad.
Cool.
It was super cool.
I think so.
And then once again, you have to get on the bike before it says you passed. Otherwise, you have to wait
Comes through.
for that you passed message to get off the screen before you can get on your bike. All right. Last mission of the chapter, and this one is important. Do do do. Do 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 do. Chat's getting excited. Best subplot incoming. All right. First, before we get to the best subplot ever, we're gonna do a little trick. There's a mission marker right there at the door. What we're gonna do is we're gonna crash our bike into the door, and while we're flying off, we're still over the mission marker, but we're not on our bike. So I can spam the start mission mark button,
and me, Biff.
and we do it.
You and
Okay, so here it comes. This boxing match is more important than us. It's more important than this game, because what we have to do is we have to beat Biff before he steals the time machine, goes back in time, and marries our mother, and opens a casino in town, thereby ruining the whole economy of the town.
Gotta watch out for that.
Do 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 do. Great Scott! Marty! We gotta go back to the future! That was my first ever attempt at doing a Doc Brown impression. Let me know right now whether I should ever try again or not. Was it terrible? Was it amazing? Was that the best Doc Brown impression you've ever heard?
Knew what you were going for.
Nah. Oh no. Alright. Rest in peace, Doc Brown impression. We won't be doing it again.
You guys soften him up. I'll get a drink.
Alright, we got an important fight here. I probably should have been preparing for the fight. What we got is we got a boss fight right here. He's gonna spawn 2 lackeys. And if we take out the 2 lackeys, he'll spawn 2 more lackeys and go behind the bar where he is right now and be invincible. So we gotta take him out
Shut up, Darby.
either without taking out his lackeys or by sealing these doors right here so he can't call for more friends. It looks like we gotta seal the doors. If any of his friends throw eggs, we don't have to worry about accidentally beating them. But because both of his friends were punchers, they're gonna get all up in our grill while we're doing this fight, and we're accidentally gonna kill them, and then he would jump behind the bar and be invincible. So we got bad RNG right there, but we'll deal. And we're gonna bully him to get out of there. His health is in the red now, so we can just bully him. Give him another punch for good measure. Pick up a rubber band there. Yeah, David says the one I knocked down might have been an egg thrower, but at the point, like, I have to just take one of the guys out, because if if both of them are punchers, I'll never get that door closed unless I take them out. So I'm really kind of doing a gamble there.
Stupid, malevolent, and rich. So it will surprise none of you to discover.
All right, chapter 3. Hey, so remember how, like, just like in real life, when you skateboard, it's slow, going in a straight line, so you gotta tell it to turn constantly to make it go fast? Well, chapter 3, we got the skateboard, which already didn't control well, which we're glitching to make it not control good.
So you must be pretty proud of yourself. You taught those rich
We get to add snow physics to that. So if you thought, like, hey, he has 10 miles to dodge that car up ahead, he probably should be able to dodge it, and I wasn't dodging it before, I'm really not dodging it now. So here's the snow physics. They're really, I get excited by snow physics. Whoa! Look at all them bits! That cup is gonna overflow. One way to mitigate the snow physics is to get on a bike. However, when things go wrong on the bike with snow physics, they go way wronger than they go on the skateboard. But we're gonna get on this bike because I also want to pick up some firecrackers that I went for a mission, a couple missions from now. I could have picked up firecrackers in my dorm room, but I'm leaving myself the opportunity to pick up a ton there later in case the game doesn't go my way. All right, here is Jealous Johnny. This is a mission with the notorious Officer Mustache. So if you play this game in Scholarship Edition, in here in Chapter 3, the speedrun really takes a different turn. You do several different missions that just don't even exist in this version that we're playing right now. And so when you get to this mission in Chapter 3, in Scholarship Edition, it's not the middle of school. However, for us right now, it's school time right now, and if a cop sees us,
I don't remember.
he's gonna bust us.
Have you ever gotten someone else to do your homework for you?
And if you see right now, we're in this kind of first-person view mode. We don't have the mini-map, so I can't see where the cops are.
You really should be in school.
So I can just get randomly busted right there, and I don't see it coming, and it's by Officer Mustache, and so we've lost a lot of runs to Officer Mustache. However, my movement has got a lot better. Okay, rip bike. We don't need it anymore. So you didn't get to see my intense Officer Mustache rage there. I'm sorry, but also at the same time, hooray for the speedrun. Got good
I
RNG.
knew it! I just knew it!
No sweat.
Alright, here we go. Start bait. This some intense Mad Max style bike combat, except, you know, Mad Max was in cars.
What's this gourd kid got to
We get to do some amazing bike riding. Snow physics, combined with egg in our eyes physics. I use eggs right here. Other people use different things, but I really like eggs. Mainly because we had to throw something at these guys to get their attention. If you throw a firecracker or stink bombs, which are the other things you can throw from your bike, they do splash damage, and so you run the high risk of also hitting a nearby local person and getting the cops on you for this mission too. Let's go into here and let's do some bike combat. A lot of RNG is going to go in here. We can either beat this part in about a minute or 2 seconds, depending on our luck.
Seems like you've been messing.
So we have to take out 3 guys during some intense bike combat, and if they're all grouped together at the start, and we can hit them with a good firecracker, we can take them all out in 2 seconds. Why they're all off their bike is beyond me. Oh god, my health! My health! Wow.
I'll be alright.
That's never happened before. Oh well, let's go. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm a little bit turned around right now.
People just don't.
Let's go. There's nothing we could do but go there. They were throwing some aggressive firecrackers there. How many do I have? I have one firecracker. That's not gonna do that well. But yeah, they've never killed me before there. Well, there's no death in this game. There's no killing. Kids don't kill kids. We still have our eggs. We have one firecracker, which is a little bit of shame. Let's try that again. Let's see, we egged the wrong person. There we go. Ah! Ah! Control! Control of the bike! He hit me with an egg! And then snow physics! And then curbs! And it all led to not having control. So we'll start with our one firecracker. We'll go for it. What? Where are they? Here they are! Let me through! They were right behind me! You just need them to be right behind you for that door to open. And apparently they weren't.
No, cousins are legal. Oh, you mean Lola?
We picked up a soda and firecrackers there, which is what we wanted to do there. We picked up more firecrackers there. Are we not hitting him? That's definitely hitting. And we're done. See? Do you see how easy that is? Like, it took some time.
I got some of that burning hate.
We'll know exactly how much time we lost later on. There's a point where we want to be hitting something right before it happens, and we can see on the clock. Anyway, words.
Nice work, Jimmy.
We are full on firecrackers, so we don't need to pick up any more. Grab a bike, go out the bike locker. You'll never crash into that bike locker. It looks like you will, but you can go full speed at that thing on the way out. You won't crash into it. That was not an intentional death, by the way. I say that because we're coming upon some intentional deaths. Let's go start this mission. Roar! Oh my goodness, the students are spawning everywhere! Oh, they're like aliens. Not alien, because there was only one of those in that movie. But aliens were everywhere. Wrong part of town.
Amigo! I need your...
That guy's not my amigo. He's wearing the Hufflepuff colors. We don't hang around with those kind of losers. Look around for Cornelius. So the game says look around for Cornelius. Luckily for bike physics. Snow physics. Gotta love snow physics. Luckily for us, Cornelius is on the minimap. Also, luckily for us, Cornelius is in the same spot every time, so speedrun. If I'd have played this game before. Alright, so we take those guys out. Didn't really feel like a fair fight. Didn't really need to be a fair fight, though. No physics! Come on! No! Stop bumping into people! We abandoned Cornelius before he tells us where to go next, and so then the game says, well, you didn't listen where to go next. I guess I'll tell you in a text bubble. And it tells us. I don't know why the game talks like that. You want to have at least 2 firecrackers at this point, so if you don't, you pick them up on the way. And we're about to go do a rail shooter. There's a strat that I've never tried on the PlayStation 3, but on the Xbox, saves about 6 or 7 seconds. On the PC, crashes it, and on the PlayStation 4, crashes it. So who thinks I should try that strat right now? I'm not gonna. What you do is you hop off that bike way back there as soon as Algie's visible, and you headshot him with the slingshot, and then you don't have to travel the distance physically. You're just put into this cutscene right here. And then the game crashes right here. But we didn't try the strat, so. Right now we're gonna, because we are on the best class cycle we can be on, we need to death warp out of a class that the only way to actually fail it is to die. And so we got to be going into this class with low health. So during this bike ride, I'm going to try to get down to yellow health. And then I'm going to try my hardest to preserve my health. But preservation is a little bit RNG because these guys can turn a corner and throw a firecracker at me before I can possibly do anything to them. But besides that, this is just a rail shooter, so a great time for donations.
Great. Greetings from Germany. Emma here.
My health. Oh god, my health.
Why didn't the sun go to college? Because it already had 1,000,000 degrees.
Wait, I picked up soda? No! That's never happened before. What's this guy? Is he an egg thrower? I've never picked up a soda there before.
Oh no.
Oh no, I have full health. Hit me!
I don't think it hit you.
Hit me, please! Hit me with everything you got! I'm supposed to have like less than half my health right now. I picked up a soda! I'm on a rail! I don't get to pick up okay. Keep going with donations. I'll worry about the game. I'll worry about the game.
Greetings from Germany. Frida here. Why was school easier for cave people?
Chad, step on it.
Because they didn't have history to study.
Oh, damn.
It's less of like a joke and more of a poignant observation. Come on, throw something at me. If you don't throw something at me, you get knocked off your bike, because the next guy will throw
Oh,
stuff
you
at
threw
me.
something at you.
Yeah, okay. We're almost back to where we want to be at this point in time. Throw another one. Okay, he's not throwing anything else at me. Taking him out. That guy hit me a little bit. I heard an egg thrower. Are you the egg thrower? You are the egg thrower. Me again. We don't want to keep too many people alive, because if they all throw firecrackers at the same time, our health goes from, we're perfect, to, we're not. Hit me. Perfect. Yes. Okay, we're back in it. We're back in it, people. All right, we're back on defensive mode. We can take ourselves out with 2 firecrackers, or they can just nail us and take us out, or do just a little bit more damage. One more guy. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? You got nothing. He had eggs.
Nearly there, Jimmy. Just hold
Oh, we pulled it back. We pulled it back. All right, now we get to see like how much time we lost to do that one mission failure. It looks like it's a whole minute. We lost 1 whole minute to do that one mission failure.
You do have your uses after all.
Let's go, 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 go,
For all
go.
the help, Jimmy. Perhaps you could come over to the observatory and play a game or 2 of Grottos and Gremlins with us sometime.
No. That's that nonsense dealt with.
All right, so now we're gonna go to photography class. There's 3 ways to get out of photography class. The first way is to pass it. And the way that you pass photography class is you run around the entire school taking pictures.
Forget where your class is?
The second way is to get busted. You attack somebody, and then prefects will bust you. But if they do that, they'll send you to detention, which is shoveling snow, which takes a lot of time. And here I'm going to show you the third way, which is to go to the doctors. You gotta say, nurse, teacher, I'm feeling sick. I gotta go see the nurse. And a good way to feel sick is to blow yourself up twice with firecracker. There we go. Oh no, we died! Rip run! Sweet. That's how we get out there. Once again, version differences. If you're playing this on Scholarship Edition, in Scholarship Edition, we have ways to just climb into a trash can and then die. So we can't do that on Bully on the PlayStations, Bully Classic, because for some silly reason, Bully Classic just works, and when they ported the game, a lot of things don't work. So now we're gonna go do a mission that very, very reminiscent of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is what chat tells me. I don't see how. I don't see why we would be doing any of the stuff we're about to do here in a game about LA street gangs, but you could try to figure it out if you want. And now we got the hardest part of the game. And I know I say that a lot as like a huge joke, the funniest joke ever, you guys cracking up. But this part is genuinely hard. What we got is we got to bike out of here fast, dealing with snow physics, and dealing with kids spawning out of view like a few feet before we have to move, not giving us much time to dodge. And if you hit one, well, then the cops are after you for the rest of the mission, and it gets so hard. So we cleared the school. We're fine. We are fine. But I genuinely find that part difficult. Alright, so now we have to tag the wall. And we say, tag! You're it.
Work.
And the wall's supposed to chase us, I guess. That's how tag works. But the wall doesn't really chase us. I don't really understand this mission.
So much stuff just lying around.
Hey, thanks for your help.
I parked my bike in a place that is kind of under a truck, kind of under where a billboard spawns. So hopefully nobody comes and steals it, because we do need that bike for the next mission.
Keep running. I'm just getting more angry.
Okay, so we turned around and headshot that guy, because yesterday we learned that if we throw 2 firecrackers at close range at that guy, which I used to do to take him out, we blow ourselves up too and fail the mission. So we gotta spray paint five spots. If you've ever seen a PC speedrun of this game, and that PC player is playing on widescreen, he gets to spray paint the same spot 5 times. I'm a little bit jelly, but oh well.
Brilliant.
And my bike's still there, which is great, because we need our bike for the next mission. So we spent 2 firecrackers blowing ourselves up. We also need firecrackers for the mission after that. So I'm gonna grab 2 firecrackers. I'm gonna park my bike on the ramp right there. And what that's gonna do is nobody steals a bike while it's on the ramp. You're like, oh no, a slight incline, my worst enemy. That bike is no longer worth it. And so they won't steal the bike. If I leave it anywhere else, we're in a cutscene right now, but the world is alive. There are people moving and there are people spawning, and the Grecians don't like me. So there's a high chance that just during that cutscene, they would come and steal my bike if I didn't have it parked right here on this slight incline. And because we have our bike, we don't have to go our way to our magic locker and get another copy. And the reason we needed our bike was to start this mission near our bike, and then we don't get put on a BMX. Has anyone ever heard my rant about BMXs? Did I mention that they're like somebody took a shrink ray to a real bike and made it useless?
I didn't mention that.
I did that one?
Yeah.
All right. Let me tell you a story about a young metric who lived in a town where kids biked places, the movie theater, the convenience store, I don't know. Places that you bike to. Now this young metric, he had a friend, a best friend, and that friend had a BMX. And so whenever metric wanted to say go to the movies with his best friend, they had to leave like a half hour earlier. Because that friend had a BMX. Snow physics. I lost control because of the snow. It doesn't matter. My bike is so much faster than all of these BMXs, and I'm about to take a shortcut that they don't take. And so there came a point, like when we hung out with more friends, where they stopped inviting Metric places, because Metric would invite his best friend, and nobody wanted to wait around for the kid with the BMX. So I have a deep hatred for BMXs. And hopefully the game never makes us go on to we're on a bike race. There is extreme rubber banding, or catch-up, as some people like to call it, in these bike races. So if you look at the minimap, these guys are actually right on our tail. And every now and then they'll catch up a little bit, then the game will put them back on the speed that their BMX can do, and they'll fall way behind. But the rubber banding works 2 ways, like when I crash my bike, then they all slow down for me to catch up and super surpass them. Pick up this rubber band.
You can just crash through those boards with your head.
Yeah, so we're going to be taking every shortcut we can in this race, not because we're worried about losing the race, but because we're speedrunning, so we want to get as short of time as possible. Can't cut that corner as much as I would like to. I've failed missions before cutting that corner. Oh, why don't you read a donation? This one.
Sure. Greetings from Germany. Andreas here. Have you heard about the teacher who was cross-eyed? She couldn't control her pupils.
That's terrible. That's downright offensive. Don't read that one again.
Okay.
Oh. Where was she from? Did it say?
Huh?
Did you hear about the teacher? It was just the teacher that was cross-eyed.
Yeah. What is she?
Okay. All right, right there at the end of that bike race, I did a really cool like turn my bike and stop it. Because what happens is during this cutscene right here, the game's gonna rip Jimmy off his bike and put him in this cutscene, but it's gonna let the bike keep going with all the speed and momentum that it had, and my bike is just gonna fly off into the distance. But because I came to a complete stop at the end of this mission, we are in perfect position to just go pick up our bike.
Done and
Oh, actually, it kind of went pretty far anyway. And our magic bike lock is right there. All right, so that was Lola right there that we kissed at the end of the mission. Let's bike over here. I'd like to point that out because usually we see Lola about 3 more times on this bike ride. But we did not today, so I look silly. But here's Lola anyway. She beat us here. We rode the fastest bike in town through the fastest route in town, and she beats us to under this bridge. Alright, tenements. This mission is my favorite mission in the game. Absolutely favorite mission in the game. It is so movement heavy. Like the movement is so important in this mission, and it is in like any speedrun ever that you play every single mission. But this one, the better you get at this speedrun, the smoother this mission goes. So first of all, we had some really tough biking there through some very tight corridors, snow physics. Now we gotta move through this area here, and the game is gonna keep spawning guys to come out of rooms, to come out of doors, and they're just gonna be on our tail, trying to crush us with like bats and pieces of wood. And if we do it right, we're not gonna get knocked over a single time. And if we do it wrong, we're gonna get stuck in this pattern. So what I'm doing right now is I'm jumping, and that's gonna stop that guy who was running right at us from knocking us over. Very tight 2 corners right here. Missed it, got it. Okay, and that despawns all the guys. And so that looked like nothing. That was amazing movement. That was really amazing.
Looks like that's what I have.
Now the game despawns everybody but Norton here.
I just love
We're a virus, and he's the antivirus. And the best way to take Norton out is with 7 firecrackers. But you can only hold 5 at a time.
4, 5.
So what we're hoping for is an RNG spawn. There we go, we got it! Of
6,
firecrackers.
7.
And there's a chance that you don't get it.
An armed society is a polite
But we got it.
society.
Now we pick up his sledgehammer, because somehow we're trapped behind a wall that is completely boarded up. I don't know how we got there.
Look at that.
And we're still on this movement-heavy part of this route, of this mission. Like the corner turning and knowing where you can actually move and can't move. It's so heavy. I'm doing these blind jumps. And I got turned around. Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, I got turned around.
I could hurt someone with
For
this.
some reason I picked up a piece of wood. I'm okay with that. We don't need the sledgehammer anymore. We got Lola's address book. And we're out of here! Woo!
Seemed like a safe building to be in.
No, it's the tenements. Alright, and now we have 1 firecracker left. I'd like to have more for the next mission, but we're about to get busted and lose all of our weapons, so it doesn't matter. We could read 1 or 2 more donations here.
Greetings from Germany. Klaus here. What school supply is always tired? A knapsack.
Thanks.
Nobody calls it a knapsack. I was laughing more at the stupid use of the word knapsack than the joke itself.
Maybe Klaus calls it a knapsack.
Well, good for you, Klaus. Klaus with a K.
Yes, Klaus with the K.
Wasn't that great?
Love those Ks in German.
Yeah. Greetings from Germany. Wolfgang here.
Jimmy Hopkins.
What kind of tree does a math teacher climb? Geometry.
Okay, so you saw me shoot an old man right there, right before I get on the bus. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna put my trouble meter at full and spawn some Percy Weasleys, some prefects right before I get back to Hogwarts. And they're gonna spawn and they're gonna chase me down. And so instead of running the whole extra 100 feet to bed, I'm just gonna let them take me to bed. Then we'll go to bed.
I smell free food.
And then we gotta do the second hardest mission of the game, while Christmas is here. Now it's Christmas Day. We did Halloween. Chapter 2 is nothing special, I guess. Chapter 3 we did Christmas Eve, because now it's Christmas Day. And the teachers were teaching on Christmas Eve. There were classes on Christmas Eve. But the teachers are lazy in this game, and they don't teach on Christmas Day. So, you know, that happened. Okay, hardest mission of the game. Hold, cross your fingers, everyone. Cross your fingers, cross your fingers. Woo! We did it. We put on the reindeer sweater, which we will be using, wearing for like pretty much the rest of the speed run. Not the entirety. But, and the teachers, the prefects are going to get mad at us because this reindeer sweater is not part of the school uniform, but you have to put it on in order to continue the plot. We can't finish the game without putting on this reindeer sweater. Alright, magic bike locker. Akio Aquaberry Cruiser. We've got our Aquaberry Cruiser. We're going to be using this to save a lot of time in this next mission, because we're going to have to chase a guy down on our bike. Alright, here we go. Last mission of the chapter. The Rumble. This mission has 4 parts. One of them might surprise you. Spoiler. not spoilers. What's that? I'm building anticipation. There's words for that, right? Sure. Alright. So our bike is so fast that we could actually catch up and overtake a guy on a BMX. But then the game's going to have its own sort of scripting, and it's going to speed him up, McNasty style. And he will run us off the road. And with the snow physics, we'll be forever buried in a wall. It gets really bad. So we're just going to take some time, go out of our way, pick up some firecrackers to speed this part up. And keep an eye on my health here, because I think it's pretty funny. Right now my health is just above red. So it's at yellow, but just above red. And the health that you have coming out of this cutscene is just random. If you go into this cutscene right here with full health, you can come out with 1 hit left. You can come out with half of your health left. If you go into this cutscene with no health, you come out of this cutscene with all of your health. It's just random. Alright, here's the part that might surprise you. There we go. Look at my health.
Wow.
So we got the better end of that random health. The game has finally managed to put us on a BMX. We have fought it. And fought it. And fought it. And fought it. And they finally said, you know what? We're going to script this game well enough for once that you have to ride a BMX. This part would be so... Actually, this part might be scary fast on a different bike. But boy, is this BMX slow. I feel like I could boil some water, steep some tea, let it cool, and then drink it.
Get out of here! The cops!
Hey, Jimmy, help me get to the crane.
Let me clean that spot on your face. All right, boys, good work. I got it. Better start running.
Alright, we gotta take out all these guys who are guarding Petey's path to the top of the crate. Wow, that guy hit us in the back of the head. That wasn't very nice. Luckily, there's sodas in all these boxes right here. We want to have some good health.
Watch out, Jimmy.
And I don't want to deal a third hit to him, because what I want for him to do is go under there and go there.
I'm still gonna
Let's see how you do in an even fight.
And then we're gonna do something called grab locking here. Every time he throws us off, except for that time apparently, we're gonna grab him again. And these are safety strats, because this guy can get you in a combo that'll take out your whole health. If I hadn't picked up that soda right now, I would be dead. And we're not even going to bother humiliating him, because we got him in a good grab lock.
Hey, you're lucky you're ugly to
We are so low on health, and his combos are so strong. Let's get out of there. Let's just get out of there.
So cool now, huh?
Cool. We did lose a little bit of time in the splits. We failed a mission though, so that's gonna happen. Let's make it up. Let's make it up. Let's still get a PB.
I'm starting to feel pretty
All
good
right,
about
chapter
this.
4. Chapter 4
I've
starts
taken
off with a
control of
bang.
2 of the school's worst
Mission
plays,
number 1 in chapter
but
4
I
is
know
called
there's
Stronghold
bigger
Assault.
problems just around
This
the
is
corner.
where most of the speedrunning community of this game, and it's a very populous and vibrant speedrunning community. Shoutouts to all of them, all the people who currently speedrun the game, all the people who speedrun the game in the past, and all of you who are going to speedrun in the future. Shoutouts to all of you. This is where a lot of people feel like the speedrun starts, because this mission is so easy. If you don't play it 100% safe, to lose 8 minutes on. However, the amount of time that you can save by not playing it 100% safe is significant too.
Loser friends to hang out with.
Whatever.
So what we are going to do is we're going to play it safe.
That's really funny.
We have to get a little key code here. You know
Forget
what?
it, Hopkins. You're not getting in without the key code.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
His little
It's
spigs
1138.
were really knocking me back. I punch in the code before he gives it to me. And I guess we could do some donations now.
Sure. Greetings from Germany. Erica here. Erica with a K.
Okay. Word.
What did the pencil sharpener say to the pencil? Quit spinning round in circles and get to the point.
I feel like he did a variation of that joke earlier, Germany. Come on. New material, Germany.
Greetings from Germany. Helga here. Today my teacher yelled at me for something I didn't do. Mom says, "What was that?" And the kid says, "My homework."
Ah. Kids are terrible at homework. That's the joke, right?
Yeah. Greetings from Germany. Gerhard here. Kid says to his mom, "I think we need a new teacher." The mom says, "Why is that?" And the kid says, "Our teacher doesn't know anything. She keeps asking us for the answers."
Ah, that's a good one. Alright, so here's the risky part right here, which we're going to play it safe on. We got to blow up this door right here with our potassium gun right here. Sheer potato power. And what's going to happen is the game's going to keep spawning guys, and they're going to fire bottle rockets at us. And so the risky strats are to find a way to blow up, to take out the door without taking out these guys. Because if you just keep firing at the door, you get 6 guys firing bottle rockets at you. I don't know where that guy went. That guy's barely there. Now he's not there at all. And the chances of them just like destroying you are super high. So there we played it safe. We took out all 6 guys. And I'm okay with that. I'm super okay with that. Now we're going to go into a room. The game's going to completely recharge our health, which is a little bit of shame because we want low health coming out of here. We want a death warp at the end of this area.
Ernest, what are you doing? Give it up, dork. You work for me now.
This is the nerd base, by the way, the old abandoned observatory. Got some cool stuff going on here.
Can you even spell potato, Jimmy?
So taking damage on purpose, very good. Now it's annoying. Now we're right where we want to be. Perfect. We're gonna take one more hit from an explosive, and then we gotta go into safety mode. If you keep an eye on Ernest here, he's gonna be running off these platforms. Before they collapse.
No one appreciates an intelligent personality around here. No one is.
And we're out of there. Perfect health. Fantastic. I'm super excited about that. Actually, I gotta take a drink of water. Alright, now we gotta go to this corner right here. Throw one firecracker. Oh, it's gonna take two! I thought we were perfect health! There we go. Oh no, rip run! So, not really rip run. That observatory is on the school grounds, but the amount of time it takes to get to that observatory is somehow like longer than it takes to go to most of the places in the entire game. So we got a death warp to get out of there. That's going to be our fastest saving. And here is Funhouse Fun. Just the
Oh, hey, Jimmy. Hey.
the most trick heavy mission in the whole game, and it's lots of fun. But we have to get to the funhouse first. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna skateboard for a while. Skateboard glitching. Let's talk about skateboard glitching again. So I'm hitting right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and losing a ton of control. If you're going top speed on skateboard glitching and just doing it perfectly, you're going faster than pretty much every bike in the game. So if you're gonna stay on pavement the whole time, it's worth it to stay on skateboard if you can do it perfectly the whole time. However, with the controller, that's dang near impossible. So I'm gonna hop on the bike. If you're doing it on the PC, what you do is you go in the menu, you turn on vehicle steering, and then while you're skateboarding, you just go with the mouse, wiggle, 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 wiggle. And you just like do these little trembles, and you get up to top speed so fast, and you go so fast on it. The downside playing mouse and keyboard on PC is that it's hard to go through doorways, because you have to control the guy. Despawn some people, despawn some people. Get them out of our way for good bike parking. Alright, let me start explaining a trick that we're going to come upon a few tricks from now, right now, because it takes a while to explain. So what's going to happen is we're going to run through an area where there's a bunch of death. I mean, like the embodiment of death. He's going to have a ton of size, and he's going to be trying to bring them down on us. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get to the controls, and we're going to take over. And we're going to control death, and we're going to try to take out jocks with the size. Except, in order for the game to put us in that minigame, it's going to do some fun stuff, and it's going to be like, oh, here's where the camera is. But what it really is it's throwing Jimmy in a room that you don't think you're in, and they forget to disable the weapons. So instead of playing the minigame, I'm just going to throw a bunch of firecrackers and blow people up instead of using death in a size. And it'll make more sense when we're there. So right here is death with a size. These size are supposed to knock us down and get in our way, but instead we jump. You can't be knocked over when you're jumping. And now we're going to go to the console. And see, we're in a different room. We're not in the room with those size. But we are, because that's how the camera works. Oh, that guy in the back. We're going to have to hit the last guy. He got sheltered by his two friends. So normally you have to do this for all three guys. But instead we only had to do it for the last one. So that's one of my favorite tricks in the game. Because it's like, the developers thought they were being really cute when they figured out how to do that by putting Jimmy there, but they forgot to disable weapons.
Thanks, Jimmy. That's great.
This maze is not hard at all if this is an intimidating part. If mazes are what keep you from learning speedruns, don't worry about this one.
This should do something.
Because all you gotta do is keep the left wall to your left, and you'll get through it on your first try. Oh, and now here's my favorite part of the funhouse. Whenever you guys go to the funhouse, isn't your favorite room the mine? Not the haunted mine. The mine. You know, with just miners mining. Isn't that the best part of any funhouse? I love it. I'm so glad, like, they remembered to include that in this game. Give that guy a little bit of potassium. We're pretty much the potassium fairy now that we have the potato cannon.
Thanks.
This game, as I said, it's the one after Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and so there's a lot of Grand Theft Auto tropes in it. And you have the
Sir, may I have...
slingshot, which is the equivalent of the pistol, and the potato cannon is the equivalent of the shotgun. It's just like this big boost of stopping power right there that we're gonna wreck people with. But unlike San Andreas, where you're giving people like lead, which is not good for your health. There's a reason that we phased out lead. The only person it's really good for is Superman.
Is complete, brave knight.
Or it's not good for Superman. It protects him from kryptonite, but he can't see through it. Mixed bag. It's a mixed bag for Superman. It's all bad for us humans. So unlike lead,
Hey, Jimmy, did you ever play?
we're giving people potassium. Good old-fashioned potatoes. Okay, I gotta remember to do a trick here, which I always forget, so let's do it. It's a trick that I've done before. But, so we're gonna do the warp from the carnival. Here to the police station.
You picked the
To the bus. And I have to remember to shoot that guy right there, because that'll spawn the prefects. We just got busted by the cops, which means all of our weapons got taken away. So, it's no big deal if the prefects take all of our weapons away here too. Here's the closest one.
Always get my man.
Grab me. Sometimes in order to help them grab you, I give them a little bit of a love punch to the face. And there we go. There you go. Chat's blowing up. They love mines in the funhouse. That is the best part of any funhouse. Is the mine.
Fired. That hack doesn't know.
Where you just walk through a mine. Best part of any funhouse.
It's always my favorite part in the Chicago Museum of Science and Industry.
Well, they legitimately make that fun and educational at the same time. I don't think the traveling carnival in this town does as good of a job. But also, I like how it's called the traveling carnival, and it's there for the whole year. I don't really feel like they're traveling that much. So, we grab our bike because we're gonna need it for not this mission, but the next mission. And because we're going to the nerd base right now. It's on campus, as I said. It is just so far. Alright. It's just so far to get to this nerd base and activate the missions at the nerd base. We got a mission here called Paparazzi. This is a good mission for you people watching, because I'm sure the whole time you're watching, you're thinking, wow. Wow, that architecture in this game just looks phenomenal. I really hope that Metric can spend some time in the speedrun, just take some time out from speedrunning, and take us on a photo tour of the architecture. And guess what? All your wishes have come true. So here we go. First, I'm going to show you a picture of the old gym. No! Okay, I'm sorry. Some cheerleaders got in the middle of that photo. I was trying to show you the old gym. It was donated by, I don't know, someone named Ainsley. That's the name that they have in England. That's a good place for people to donate stuff from. Anyway, donated by Ainsley, and it's really nice. But the cheerleaders got in the way. So we're gonna try to go somewhere. Let's get away from the cheerleaders. Let's bike as fast as we can, get away from the cheerleaders, and let me take you on a photo tour of what's this building? The girls' dorm. Okay. I bet there's no cheerleaders here. Take lots of nice pictures without the cheerleaders getting in the way. This is stealth mission right here. I'm watching that prefect, the lady prefect. Were there any lady prefects in Harry Potter? Sure. We don't know their names. How about Cho? Was she one? All right, let me take a picture. Let me show you the old steam showers. Really close. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. Cheerleader got in the way of that photo too. Cheerleader got in the way of that photo. Let me take you on, you know what? Let me show you the very first door frame. Right here is the first door frame ever made. Before that, doors were just cut out of walls. And then the doorways would just collapse. But then here at Bullworth, they invented the door frame. And when earthquakes occur, you can actually go and stand under them. They're so sturdy. But I'm really sorry. to note that a cheerleader got in the way of that photo too. I'm sorry that cheerleaders kept getting in the way of our architectural tour. I'm gonna call it short, the architecture tour, because it just wasn't going our way.
I've got some nice pictures for you.
We're gonna give this guy the architectural photos, and he's gonna get really excited, like really excited. Even though we
He
ruined,
loves architecture.
even though we ruined all of those photos with the cheerleader in it, especially the steam shower one.
There we go.
He's appreciative for the effort. I parked my bike off the side. If you look there, there's a mission right there that is not part of the main plot for the speedrun. And if you ever go to the leaderboards for bully speedrunning, you can read the comments of a lot of the speedrunners, and they'll say, accidentally did character sheets, which is the name of that mission. Never speedrunning this game again. So people accidentally trigger that mission a lot. I said we went out of our way to get the bike earlier because we need it for a mission after paparazzi. Here's that mission. This mission comes in 2 parts. The first part is an auto fail. You cannot pass it. That's good game design, right? But anyway, cannot pass this mission right here. You can only fail. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna fail a little bit faster. So we grab our bike, and we have to defend this barricade right here. And the best way I know of to defend this barricade is to destroy it with the bike. Our weapons will not work on it. However, nobody thought that we would be biking through these narrow corridors and destroy it with a bike, so they didn't program it not to be destroyed by a bike. So that's what we did there. There's really risky strats that we can do right here, and marathon safety. We will not. We gotta take out these football players. There'll be guys that are not dressed in football helmets. We don't technically have to worry about them as such. However, because they can't fail us the mission, but what they can do is they can knock us off of our potato gun, which lets these football players get a little bit further through. This guy is eating a ton of potassium, and he's still standing. There's another one over there who's also eating. He's still standing. But if any of these football players get to the wall that we're standing on, we fail. The incredibly risky strats is I hop off this potato gun and I go headshot these guys as soon as they spawn. But if just one of them gets by me, then it's usually game over. Game over, man. Game over. There we go. We did the non-risky strats, which are only about 6 seconds slower. Now one of the trolliest, the combination of the 2 trolliest missions in the game, back to back.
Hey, Jimmy, I've had a brilliant idea.
Our bike park. Where my bike is parked makes a difference on how I here. Yes! He's in the best spot, and he's just getting there! Oh! We won't get this luck in a marathon. Alright, so we gotta aggravate this bull. The best way to aggravate him is just to run up to him and punch him. But as you see, that jock in the background, he chased me down and knocked me over. If he were to get there before I completely aggravated the bull, we run into the problem of the bull runs away, the whole football field starts chasing me, and I have to aggravate him while being chased by a very hostile crowd. And now we're going to do this fight against the mascot. It's a very controlled fight. And I'm going to make it look easy if I make it look easy. I might make it look hard if I screw up. But we have 2 bosses here. Boss number 1, the camera. Boss number 2, this bull. And this bull has several different attacks. So what I'm doing is I'm giving him a 3-punch combo, and then I'm backing up, and I'm shooting him with my slingshot. And while I'm backing up and shooting with my slingshot, I'm figuring out really quickly which attack he's doing. And that's gonna dictate when I have to go back into the fight. Because if he's doing these punches, I have to go back in fast so he doesn't start a longer combo. And if he does this thing where he tilts his head down, I have to wait to go back in, because if I run in after he's tried to headbutt me and he's just slowly lifting his head back up, and I even just scrape his horns, he'll become invincible, he'll go do a long cutscene animation, and then we lose a ton of time.
Take the bull by the horns.
So this one didn't troll us. This one didn't troll us, which, this was the second trolliest mission in the game. Coming upon the first. See, we get trolled.
You liking that, ain't you?
Simple.
So we go from one side of the gym to the other. They're connected in the middle too, but because the game starts us on the outside, we go to the outside. And here's that cheerleader that kept getting in our photo tours pictures. Boy, I'd like to get some revenge on her. Although I'm not a revenge heavy guy, so we're okay. Instead, somebody has taken these beautiful pictures we've taken of school architecture, focused on the cheerleader parts of them, blown them up, and put posters all over town. And we're like, hey, those photos were of architecture. This is not art. And we're gonna spray paint over all these posters. Because it's wrong that they defaced our architectural photographs.
Pig, stop it!
This guy's gonna grab me. It's too narrow of an archway. Oh, he didn't grab me. Cool. Very important trick right here. It's not gonna seem very important. It's not gonna seem like a trick, but very important trick. I would almost call it like a sequence break because we can. Pick up that spray paint right there. And that's gonna stop the game from a few cutscenes and telling us to go pick up spray paint later, because the game has intentionally, going into this mission, limited the spray paint we had. So we can spray paint one more poster, and then we have to go to the store. But we said, haha, game! We know the layout. We will skip your cutscenes. Oh, I hit grass. Anytime you hit grass on your skateboard, you lose all momentum, and you have to start the glitching process all over again. Wow, there's a lot of people here. I don't want to hit them. Park my bike over there. Spray paint over this one. And so after we spray paint over this one, we're gonna get a cutscene. A guy is going around and putting up new posters while we're spray painting over the old ones. And so we have to either take him out, or we have to spray paint over posters faster than he can put them up. Now, the trolley problem comes with this next poster right here. The game has a few choices that it's gonna make here. A, is the button to spray paint gonna work here? High chance that it doesn't. Okay, cool, it did. B, are these guys gonna get off an attack before I finish spray painting? No, they didn't, so we actually got the absolute best RNG. We're out of there. We were not trolled there. We can be trolled here up ahead. There is a cop walking through this area right now. And if he sees us spray painting, he's gonna come and bust us. Even though, you know, we're just preserving the art of our pictures. It's artistic integrity. So we got trolled 0 there on the trolliest mission. We got trolled 0 on the second trolliest mission. Uh-oh. Where's the trolling gonna come? Where's the trolling gonna come? We did it. We are back on PB pace. We somehow saved a whole minute and 40 seconds by not getting trolled.
Nice.
Because we want to be turning in this mission exactly 10 minutes before we split.
I got something to show you.
So we're right there. Wow, cool.
That was cool, but don't.
It shows you what a few trolls will do. All right, now I guess we're not wearing our ugly Christmas sweater anymore. We're in the bull costume. Downside of the bull costume is A, we don't get to really experience that kiss, do we? Just kiss the nose of that guy. And B, it limits the projectiles we're allowed to use. You can't use certain projectiles wearing the bull costume. So we're going to that nerd base all the way over there, and this is the first time the game is making us do it on skateboard. Well, I guess we could technically go get a bike, but it wouldn't be faster at this point in time. Game's making us do it on skateboard, and you'll see just how far this base is. And we're gonna avoid that dirt. We're gonna go a little bit of a longer way to avoid the dirt. All right, who remembers Chapter 1, Halloween, when we did all of those sweet pranks? Remember that those pranks, kick me sign? Throwing stink bombs at people? That's a good prank, right?
Itching powder.
Itching powder.
Excellent prank.
Eggs. Throwing eggs at people. What a great prank that is. These are top-notch, high thought process pranks going on right there. Well, we're going to do some more pranks. And these pranks, I guess, are a little bit more cerebral. They took more thought, and they all totally work in real life. Trust me. Like, all of these pranks, they would totally work. So don't worry about it. Let's go do 5 more pranks. You can read a donation during prank number 1.
And now?
Yeah, just one.
Sure. Greetings from Germany.
Patrols are
Robert
everywhere. We
here.
are in grave danger
What kind of
at this
school
very
do you go
moment.
to if you're an ice
You're
cream
in
man?
grave danger of a knuckle sandwich.
Sunday
if you don't get on with
school.
it, that's what.
I love
Here's the
Sunday
ball we
school.
break. Get to the shed by the field and swap it for the real game ball.
Also, I just got really hungry. Alright, so prank number 1. Somebody has strapped, with masking tape, a firecracker to a football. This will totally work. Because when you catch a football, you get the spark that you need to ignite a football. An American football, for all of those wondering why it's canicular shaped. Whoa! Dipped into the old vocabulum-osaurus there.
She calls me.
Alright, so that's prank number 1. Success. Prank number 2.
Here, take this
He's
glue
gonna give us a bottle of
It's
glue.
full of glue.
We're gonna put it on
Create
the
a sticky
benches
situation on the team
that the
benches.
football teams sit on.
Get it? Sticky situation. Yeah, I got it.
And what we're hoping here, wow, is to not get stuck on that bench. But we're hoping that these guys actually attack us while we're putting down the glue. Because you see there's this long glue animation. There we go! We got it! There's a long glue animation, and if he attacks us while we're putting on the glue, the bench counts as glued. And we don't have to watch the whole animation! We did it twice!
Hooray.
Nice! Secretly, this is a Taz. This isn't a live run. No, just kidding. Okay, and so that would totally work. You put glue on a bench, and then a guy would sit on it, and he would immediately be stuck. Like, that would totally work. Okay, game, could you please recognize that on here? I'm getting busted during this thing.
Agent Bull, before I give you any
You can read the
sensitive
donation.
information, I must ask you for the
Tommy
secret
B from
password.
Boston donated
Is it quit
15
messing
bits with
around
the
before I
message.
lose my
I don't know
patience and
anything
hurt
about
you?
tampering with footballs.
About Tommy B again. Thanks for the bits,
It'll do.
Tommy B. Really appreciate
Okay,
it.
here's the deal. The jocks keep
All
their
right.
game sports drink
In this prank right here, there's gonna be 2 guys guarding a big old tankard of sports drink. And what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to distract and be like, hey, look, there's a bull skateboarding downstairs. And then we're gonna try to run around them while they're looking at that guy, even though we are that guy,
You still any good, mascot?
and pee in the sports drink. It didn't work this time, so we have to do what's called the cow dance. But sometimes you can get away without doing the cow dance here. It's 8 parts skill, 2 parts luck. I used neither this time, so that's why I failed. All right, and so now this prank totally works, because it doesn't. Actually, this one is the only one that doesn't work. There's like you could pee in the sports drink. No one would ever know.
Someone is gonna screw up the
Sports drink's already the color of pee. Sports drink's already the flavor of pee.
This is too much
Like-
for me.
Sometimes I pee in people's smaller, like, handheld sports drinks bottle. They can't even tell then. And somehow this guy, he takes this one sip, and he's like, "I'll spew, spew, spew." No, that would never happen. Yeah, well, we haven't peed the whole speed run. And we've gone through Halloween and Christmas, and it's now spring.
Your quest,
So,
Jimmy, is perilous.
Maybe it's
but the
okay.
rewards are
Let's get off of
glorious.
this urinology talk right
Cut the
here.
crap,
Now, let's talk
Melvin. It was
marbles.
sort of funny the first
This guy
20
gives us
times.
a
It's
sack
getting
of little
old now.
glass balls,
Scatter them
and
over
we're
the
gonna
football
go
field.
scatter them over the football field. We're gonna try to do a cool little, very little, very, I guess even not cool trick, where the game wants us. Hey! This guy's mad that we're late for class. But how does he know who we are? We're in a mascot outfit. He can't keep up with my skateboard glitching. Ah, we missed. That's too bad. All right, I tried to throw the marbles in the place that it counts as hitting 2 of those 3 targets.
Has a new playbook for the big game.
I guess we missed. That means we're gonna have to change our route slightly in Chapter 5. It's one of those cool things, but also a weird thing that your brain has to be thinking during this game, it says, hey, if I make a little mistake here in this chapter, 5 missions later, a chapter later, I have to make just a slight adjustment.
Hey, Jimmy!
And so that's what we're going to have to do there.
Outfit. Yeah, I know. Shows off my figure, doesn't it? But enough about
Okay,
me.
last prank.
How do I mess up those jocks? Straight
You
to
can read a
business,
donation.
eh? Okay.
You can read
There's a
several
switch
donations.
bus
We're just gonna do a
and a scoreboard on
prank.
the field. Get to it and switch it.
Greetings from Germany.
Sounds easy.
Ingrid
What
here.
will it do?
What kind of school do
It'll change the
you
text
go
of the
to if
scoreboard.
you're a
I
surfer?
reprogrammed it. You'll like
Boarding
it.
school.
The jocks won't.
Greetings from Germany. Karen here. What kind of school do you go to if you're King Arthur? Night school.
I like it. Alright, so there's a little glitch that I discovered not too long ago that we can do here. And it was beneficial once, and very, very harmful ever since, so we're not going to do it. Instead, we'll watch this cutscene. But anyway, I figured out a glitch where you can get control of Jimmy right here, and so instead of watching this cutscene, you could be running around causing havoc on the football field. However,
Of course he cares. I mean, look at me.
as I said, I've done it like 10 times. Once it did nothing. Once it saved me about 30 seconds. And 8 times it cost me over a minute. And so we don't really know how to control it yet. By January, we might have some more control over the glitch. But for now, we're just going to play it safe. So now this is another boss fight. In this boss fight, he's going to keep throwing footballs taped with firecrackers, because that worked so well before at us. And he's going to throw them to where we would be if we kept moving at the same speed and direction at the point that he releases the football. So for this first wave, we get to just stand still, do a little juke, pick up the football and throw it. But for the next 2 waves, we're gonna have guys chasing us down, and also there's guys here that we beat in the previous wave that are unconscious from the football. So we don't get that nice privilege there. So we don't want him to hit the guys lying on the ground with the football, because then the football will explode and we can't turn around and use it. We don't want him to hit the guy chasing us with the football, because then that's what happens, explodes on the guy. We don't want to get knocked down while we're trying to get the football, because then there's a high chance that he's going to hit us with the football. So lots of things could go wrong here.
Think I'm tough? Time's even tougher. Get over here, I need some blocking.
I totally knocked that guy down. Alright, wave 3 of 3.
94 hot fly, trip! You're going down! I need to do more
So he threw that while I was in the middle of a big turnaround, and so I had a lot of speed and distance going.
Let's go! You like I'm gonna break your face! Ha, you got grass in your
What?
teeth again?
What's that guy doing standing right there? Well, we gotta take him out.
He changed sides.
I know, he's just like randomly right there. Doesn't matter.
You're going down! I'm gonna get you! Oh, your tight end gets a lot of balls.
Jimmy, take out the captain and take out the team.
Stop her.
There we go. Alright, so now we get a long cutscene, so even though it looks like our splits are gonna be fantastic, they're not gonna be as good as we think.
So here I am, suddenly the king of the
You
school.
can read donations during this
I
cutscene.
never
We're about to
meant
go into
things
chapter
turn
5,
out this
final
way.
chapter.
I just wanted to control
Alright.
a couple of psycho kids and be left
Greetings
alone.
from Germany.
But
Bucky
now I
here.
guess I'm certainly going to
Why
live
did the
good life.
M&M go to school? Because he really wanted to be a smarty.
Ah,
Greetings from Germany. Edith here. Teacher says to the student, "Where is your homework?" And the student says, "I ate it." The teacher says, "Why?" The student says,
Hey,
"You
not
said
me.
it was a
Hey,
piece of
Johnny.
cake."
ah! That's a good one.
I got some homework to do.
Alright, so let's start this chapter. Chemistry, okay. I had to go through my brain right there and remember what class that we have to go to right now. Chemistry. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go pick up this bike, because right now there's nothing we can do. We want to be going to class and class isn't available. I'm gonna go pick up the bike so I have it available for me as soon as I fail this class. The reason we're gonna go to class and fail is we have to go to bed in order to beat the game. And so we need bed to be available at a certain point in time. So we're gonna fail chemistry. If failing chemistry is just a little bit faster than actually passing it, because you gotta fail it 3 times. Which means it's definitely not the class that we want to go to optimally. But we went to other optimal classes earlier, so it balances out with our class cycle that we did. The perk for beating chemistry level 2 is stink bombs, which we don't really need a ton of.
See what happens when you don't prepare for class.
Ah! Alright. Or your skateboard, somebody open the door, leave the door open, leave the door open! And if they leave the door open, when you skateboard into it, you don't have to get off and open the door yourself. On the bike. Don't run over that little girl! Oh my god.
You'll be prosecuted to the max.
Luckily, prefects don't go in the dorm. That was, oh god, our wanted level is so high. Please disappear during this cutscene. Please disappear during this cutscene.
That is funny, Jimmy.
Oh, now we're king of the school, and we put an end to bullying. So congratulations, we win. Except something has gone horribly wrong. The game is still going on. Let's not run over that prefect. Let's not run over these little kids. All right, because I didn't get the 2 marbles on 3 targets trick. We have to reroute our movement here just a little bit. And pick up some marbles right there, because I want 3 things of marbles. And I only had 2 at this point. Oh, we're gonna see a cool new trick here. And then we're gonna be using that a lot for this chapter. If you fall off a tall building while on your skateboard, you don't take damage. Okay, we can do donations.
Greetings from Germany. Erna here. A man was driving from Los Angeles towards New York at 250 miles an hour, and a man from New York drove towards Los Angeles at 150 miles an hour. Where did they meet? Says the teacher. Student says, in jail.
I was hoping the answer would be in Chicago for a delicious Chicago-style hot dog.
That sounds good.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's spray paint this building here. And I love this. We spray painted the building in the town. So who gets punished when somebody does a big vandalization like that? I'm asking you, Miss.
Oh. You?
The taxpayers, right?
Oh, okay.
Somebody has to pay for that
cleanup.
cleanup.
I gotta pay for it to clean it. Okay.
Alright, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, that the only people that get punished for that are the taxpayers. Alright, you gotta hop on that cop car in order to take that picture. Well, you can find other ways to do it, but you gotta take that picture. And you're wanted because for some reason, spray painting the top of City Hall is not okay. Just go figure. It's just crazy. Crazy talk. So we returned to Mrs. Peregrine's School for the Peculiar here. And we're gonna go turn in that mission. Get our rewards. And look at who's mad at us for doing this. Watch our respect.
I did it! That's great. Listen, we've got a problem. I'm the king!
Wow, my lead up to this is just way too early. Jock respect minus 75. Greaser respect minus 75. Preppy respect minus 75. Nerd respect minus 75. For the townies, plus 25. The people who pay for the cleanup, they're like, but we respect it. We might have to pay the taxes on it, but we respect it. Doesn't make any sense. Alright, so the whole school has fallen apart. We've supposedly become king of the school, we cured bullying, and for some reason, things are just going wrong. And so we're, right now we're going to do Rats in the Library. Once again, throwback or mention to Scholarship Edition, which is the version that came out in 2008 for PC, Wii, and Xbox. In the loading screens for that, they give you a tip for this mission, and they say the fastest way to kill rats is with your slingshot. We have to kill 20 rats. There we go. Where's my last firecracker? Where are these 2 rats? Dead? Okay, so this didn't go as pretty as it normally does. But anyway, we killed them with firecrackers and marbles. Way faster than targeting each one of them individually and hunting them down with the slingshot, especially with how much they run away. But boy, were they not behaving today. Normally, I throw that 1 firecracker in that group, and about 13 run into marbles from that explosion. And then we just have to hunt down 2. I intentionally, during that mission, used the firecrackers to blow myself up too. We're preparing for another death warp. So right now our health is going to be somewhere between red and yellow. It's yellow, so that means we're going to have to take 1 thing of damage in this next mission. And we're going to have to pick up firecrackers later too. So a little bit of preparing. Let's go put out a fire in the gym. And like a literal fire, not like let's go calm down aggressive behaviors in the gym. I don't know. Okay. Ah! No! Overshot! I was going too fast. I was spamming the button to activate mission, and I guess in between the game reading the different ones, it didn't read the activate the mission. We overshot. The gym is burning. So this is what people do when the gym's burning. They stand around and they just watch and they complain. They don't call the fire department. They don't go in and help the people who are there. They just complain. So keep in mind we're gonna take 1 thing of damage here, but we could read some more donations.
Great. Greetings from Germany. Bertha here. Why was the teacher wearing sunglasses on the first day of school? She had such bright students.
Lame. Sorry, Bertha. That joke was no good.
Greetings from Germany. Anna here. Why did the broom get a poor grade in school? Because it was always sweeping during class. Greetings from Germany. Helmut here. How do bees get to school? They ride the school bus.
I like that one. Oh, I forgot to take damage. Let's take damage. There we go. Now my health drops to red because I walked into a fire. Alright, chat poll right now. You guys have to respond quick. Do I take the funnier death warp or the death warp that saves more time?
The funny one. That's my answer. We'll see what chat says.
Be careful, Jimmy.
Alright, let's see what chat says. Funny death warp? I'm getting votes for funny.
2 votes for funny from chat.
Okay.
3rd vote for funny from the chat.
Alright. So, we're at low health. After this gym was in fire, people are just gonna start walking into the gym. They're like, yeah, okay, if the fire's out, I'm okay with it. And us, personally, we're gonna go take a swim. Oh no! They drained the pool! No! Rip run. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Reset. You can reset during a marathon, right? Especially 2 hours and 13 minutes in. So I think that death is way funnier than just blowing yourself up with a firecracker, jumping in an empty pool. Whoa! Uncle Kev with the bits! Wow, that cop really tried to punch me off my bike there. So this path actually has some safety built in for time here. We would be playing this completely differently for a different death warp because the other death warp that we could have taken is after this mission. By the way, chat's probably getting excited right now. Everybody should get excited because we are on a stealth mission, and everybody loves stealth missions.
Stealth mission.
What's the it's the second best mission in a game. Best being escort. Everybody loves escort missions. Those are just the best. And games that are just giant escort missions, oh my god. Those games are the best games ever. You know why they're not going to accept this into a GDQ? Because other people are going to submit games that are just escort missions. Oh, those are the best games ever. But we got a stealth mission coming up right here. We're technically on it right now, but we're not stealthing yet. So we're gonna drop our bike off here. This is a difference in the route. If we had done the other death warp, we would be keeping our bike. And unfortunately, just like in real life, you can't skateboard over dirt. So we gotta run. And we gotta run. Just look at how slow running is. But think about how faster it is than walking. Look at that. Look at sauntering. Could you imagine if we, like, as a species, decided, I'm stop walking to places, let's run everywhere? We'd be, like, stinky, like the French, but we'd be efficient like the Germans. It would be crazy. Wow. Needless shots fired at the country of Europe right there. Sorry, folks. Okay, the game has forced us into stealth mode. Stealth mode means he's ducked down. He's going to be making less noise and making less of a footprint. What we're going to do, the very first thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to stand up and run.
I don't know, don't care, but he sure does yell a lot, huh?
No! Why does that guy keep seeing me? Okay. That guy used to see me once out of every 10 times, and I don't have a full grip on why. But he spotted us there, and that's okay. Because now we're going to go to the backup strats. Those are high risk, and we'll have those, like, I think I'm going to do, like, frame-by-frame analysis at some point to get those down perfectly. But the stealth mission's still going to be a ton of fun. After you fail this mission the first time, the stealth mission, all of a sudden, the route for the whole thing changes. So you fail it once on that first route. The second route is different. But that route that we have for the second route is going to be the same route that you take for the third and the fourth and the fifth attempt. Not that we're going to get to those. We're going to pass on this second attempt right here. So these are the backup route. You have to learn 2 routes. Gotta take a wide turn around that door because there's a guy that's looking into that room, but he can't see the far wall. So if you just run across the far wall there, he won't spot you. Alright, so that's first half of the stealth mission. It's very good stealthing I did. Here's gonna be the second part of the stealth mission.
Dropout set me up. What are you waiting for?
Go around that guy. Go around this guy. Through here. Alright. We pick up an orderly uniform. So now we look like an orderly here. Our uniform even has our name tag on it. It says Jimmy, which is the name of our character. And the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to say to the guy whose only job is to guard the button that lets all of the inmates out. We're going to say, do you want a break? I'm the new guy. I'm 15-year-old. That's okay. I'll give you a break. I promise I won't pull the lever. And then we go and we pull the lever. Very minor time save that we're going to do right here. Well, I don't think I actually pulled it off. Yeah. Nice! Look at him wailing that skateboard around. Okay, let's get out of here. Wearing our orderly uniform, which we're going to wear for the rest of the game. And this orderly uniform has some interesting properties that's going to make stealth missions later on in the game easier too, even though in theory this orderly uniform should only work in the asylum itself.
Thanks for getting me out,
Instead it's going to work in like warehouses.
begin
So the warehouse worker's like, oh, well it's a 15-year-old wearing an insane asylum orderly outfit. He's supposed to be here.
Yeah, anyways, I gotta find Lola, see if it's true or not. See ya.
All right, Johnny. Have fun.
So this would be where the other less funny death warp is. And let me show you how much that death warp saves. But just jumping in the pool. Jumping in an empty pool is just something about that. It's just the greatest thing you could do. But like not for reals though. Warning, don't jump in empty pools. So this whole bike ride here, you wouldn't be doing. Whole bike ride. On the plus side though, we get our bike after this mission, which we wouldn't get. Didn't do it. So as I said, you can't skateboard on dirt. However, for some reason, if you do the other death warp, which puts you out right here, you can skateboard on this dirt right here. This dirt is coded as pavement. So that's how you would get out of there. Just a quick metric tip for all the boys and girls at home. And your little dog, too. How's that? Wicked Witch of the West? Good impression? Cool. I've never done that before either. Add impressions to my impression quota. We're gonna go get some bolt cutters, then we'll do a mission. Why don't you guys, why don't you read some donations?
Great. Greetings from Germany. Jürgen here.
I think it's Jürgen.
Jürgen here. What's the first thing a little snake learns in school? History.
That was really lame. Jürgen, thank you for the donation.
Greetings from Germany. Manfred here.
Oh, that's an awesome name. It is.
What was giving Mr. Bubbles nightmares since elementary school?
Mr. Bubbles?
Yeah. Pop quizzes.
Oh no, they would give him nightmares.
Yeah, I got him. Now what?
Burton always goes to the can when he goes running.
Don't put.
We've
Okay,
gotta
Chad
make
is
sure he
spamming.
uses this one
Don't.
instead
This is
of
Zoe.
the
This is our first real chance to meet her in this speed run. She's the love interest of our game. But we have less than 20 minutes in this game or so, or about 20
You make
minutes.
sure he doesn't use one of the other ones.
And we finally meet the love interest.
This sounds like it's gonna be good.
If I touch her in any way while on my bike right here, I fail this mission. Later on, if I touch her in any way while on a skateboard, I fail this mission because the game says you can't attack Zoe. She can handle it, first of all, and second of all, I'm not attacking her. All right, we have to destroy all these porta potties. So the teacher who always takes a poo on his run has to go to a specific porta potty. And right now, shout outs to the sacrifice of Franker Z. We charge full speed into Franker Z so we can go into that porta potty without having to dismount our bike. So Franker Z sacrificed for speed there.
I bet Hopkins is behind this somehow. Ah, much better.
Alright, so he goes in that porta potty. She has some bolt cutters, doing a little bolt cutting. We're gonna do a little bit of this in.
Oh my God, corn! I didn't have corn for dinner. Ah, this is awful.
Wait, what? You can skip that cutscene? Nope. Didn't have corn for dinner.
I think we can call that a wrap.
Hey, Jimmy.
All right. Some speedrunners might take a different route here because they bought a different bike. They just wasted a ton of time.
Not bad.
But I bought the Aquaberry Cruiser, and we have very long bike rides ahead of us. So my bike is gonna cover a lot more distance faster because it's a faster bike. Otherwise, there is a free bike right there that you can take that's really fast to get to. Oh no, somebody stole all their trophies. So this game kind of, I don't know, there's really great flow here at the end, but I can tell while I'm trying to talk that there's some big slowdown because the game has opened up the full map and they want to make use of it. So we are traveling super long distances on our bike, which means we have time for more donations right now.
Hey. Greetings from Germany. Maria here. The chemistry teacher asks the student, what's a chemical formula for water? The student replies, HIJKLMNO. Chemistry teacher says, what are you talking about? And the student says, yesterday you said it was H2O.
Jokes! I like it. I'm gonna pick up these two things. They'll be very crucial for later on. Or they won't. Either way. Okay?
Greetings from Germany. Peter here.
Oh, that's an awesome name. You Germans. You guys are so cool.
The kid gets home from school and Mom says, "What did you do at school today?" The kid says, "We did a guessing game." Mom says, "But I thought you were having a math exam." Kid says, "We did."
Alright, stealth mission. This is the third stealth mission in the game, but as I said, we're in the orderly outfit, just going through the warehouse, and so the people here in the warehouse are like, wait, oops, oops, I got distracted, no, no, mistakes were made, mistakes were made. This is gonna cost us about a minute. I forgot to go talk to the guys, which takes absolutely no time, that tell us to go here. Shucks. Shucks, 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 shucks. Let's go. Let's go. Faster. Jimmy, bike like you've never biked before. Oh, wait. No. That wouldn't be fast biking. That would be a lot of crashing. Go. Crash, 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 crash. Go to these guys. Do you see why I forgot that? That's all I had to do. I had to be right there for 1 second. It's okay, we're actually making great time. I'm very happy with this run. Alright, now let's go to the stealth mission. Let's go into that warehouse that we were just in. And we didn't need these people to tell us to go to. I would actually would have been super happy if it turned out that I had just found a new skip. Like, oh, you don't even need to do that. But don't worry about me, just a 15-year-old wearing clothes from the asylum.
Get in there, you little sucker! Ow! It bit me!
It's a little bit faster to jump upstairs. But
Better hope you don't get rabies.
But there you saw me hit the jump button and him jump straight up instead of jumping up the stairs. Oh, they got in my way! It's really hard in this warehouse to get speed on your skateboard. It takes a tremendous amount of skill. I decided yesterday that it's faster just to go on your skateboard here than grabbing your bike. I made the unilateral decisions for all speedrunners everywhere. So we're taking pictures of the townies causing all the trouble in school. So the townies started the fire, the townies stole the trophies, the townies did everything wrong. Townies are the worst.
You know you look silly like
Turn to the boxing gym. Now we're gonna swim. Is this our first time swimming? I think this, well, we tried to swim earlier.
Yeah, that didn't go so well.
That did not go well. But this is our first time swimming. Now we got a skateboard glitch. This is, I think, the longest skateboard glitch we do in the game. And then what we're going to do after we turn in this mission is I'm going to hop on a bike, attack any adult that I see with a stink bomb, which is going to make the prefect spawn, and I'm going to go right to the edge of the school grounds and get warped all the way to bed. But I'll give you that description now so we can get more donations.
Well, Hopper,
Great.
what did you find?
Greetings from Germany. Bean here.
Such a German name. Love it.
Teacher asks the student, name 6 wild
You can count
animals.
on Jimmy.
Student says, sure, 2 lions and 4 tigers.
I love it. That's really good. There you go. So we hit that old man with the stink bomb. And now we're going to bike right to the edge of school property, and we're going to see these prefects spawn. And we're going to get busted. That's going to give us a really long warp all the way back to bed. And now we got the 3rd hardest mission in the game. So everybody be ready for that. We have to go see Professor Oak. Good things never happen when we go to the office. We'll shoot this prefect right here. Like normally we would get a detention right here, but this mission kind of doubles as a detention. There's Professor Oak. We don't get to see any of his nice catches though. And now we're teleported back to our dorm room. Hardest mission, 3rd hardest mission of the game complete. We are rocking these hard missions. We are just rocking their socks off. And now we start what's called busting in part 1. Technically like the 4th to last mission of the game. However,
Jimmy.
these last
How you
three,
doing?
they
Terrible.
go
Everybody hates
so well into each other that I consider this like the gauntlet. This is the last mission of the game, and it's just gonna flow like crazy. It's gonna flow like a progressive spokesperson. Wait for it. Alright, grab this bike, because we got some biking to do. Although I think it would be a bold move to do. No, you can't do this mission not on a bike. I was gonna say it'd be bold to do it on a skateboard, but you can't. The game will fail you. And apparently the game deloaded the whole map and then reloaded it there. Pretty cool stuff. Shortcuts you've never seen before. And a warning to kids. If you steal a police motorcycle, open the garage door before you start it up.
I need your help to bust into the dropout.
It's not healthy for you to be running your motorcycle in a closed garage. Hi, Russell. That warning was meant for you, but I kind of generalized it for everybody else so you didn't get embarrassed. But you didn't listen. Where'd my bike go? So it says get on the scooter. We got on a bike. The game said close enough. We're not going to go on the scooter because the scooter is actually slower than the bike. And the scooter also handles terribly. There's a little bit of lag after you tell the scooter to turn before it starts turning, which is a little bit of a problem. You have to anticipate your turn. But there's also a little bit of lag after you stop telling the scooter to turn before it stops turning, which means it's just not great. If you ride the scooter without a helmet, the cops try to bust you. Not the same with this bike. So we're just gonna take this bike. It's faster. We're supposed to be following Russell. I always think it's a good run if we make it the whole way without Russell getting ahead of us once. There he is. He's in my periphery. He's in my belfry. I don't think that's the same word.
That old guy.
No, there's two of him. Twins! And twins. Oh yeah. Like, and old dudes are the best twins. I don't know why. They just are. Fact! There, I said fact. Can't take it back now. We're gonna pick up spray paint here for backup strats for like 10 minutes from now. Just the preparation. We're still ahead of Russell. Where is he? He's right on my tail. I haven't been despawning people as much as I want to. Despawn! Despawn! Despawn!
Damn, they're locked.
That doesn't look safe.
But also, that's not the smartest blockade, is it? We're gonna build a wall and then reinforce it with exploding barrels.
True.
This wall will never fall.
There's gotta be something.
So I'm hoping right now for an RNG drop, a random drop of firecrackers from one of these four guys. I think it's around 50-50 chance to get it. Didn't get it. Didn't get it. Nope, none of them drop firecrackers, so that's a little bit of a shame. We're gonna have to go out of our way to pick some up later if our health is high enough.
Star building.
Because the firecracker shots that we have later involve taking the damage ourselves too. Game? 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 Okay, thank you. It decided I'm gonna take a short nap. Oh wait, I have to open doors. Don't hit Zoe. That says don't hit Zoe.
Now that we have the power restored,
So if I touch her at all while on my skateboard here, I fail.
And to do that,
But chat knows what's coming up here. I need everyone in chat to be quiet. No talking. And that includes you, Mrs. Metric. No talking. We got this really hard train puzzle we gotta solve. Okay. I go in here. Hit the only lever I can hit. Go around this corner. Go the only place I can go. I hit the only lever I can hit. Alright, train puzzle complete. You guys could all resume talking. Oh, that was scary.
Tough.
Yeah. I have to
Almost didn't
concentrate
make it.
during that train puzzle. Otherwise, you know, I fail it.
you gonna get that switch or what?
Thank you, mods, for banning absolutely everybody that chatted during that. So we're gonna jump over a broken fence here. And guess what happens if we jump and we touch Zoe? Fail the mission. Oh, good. We were way ahead of her there. Gonna get our skateboard. Can't let her catch up to us while we're getting on our skateboard, because guess what happens if we touch Zoe while we're getting on our skateboard?
You fail the mission?
You fail the mission. Zoe is so fragile. I don't know if she's fragile or her, like, feelings are fragile. You touched me while on the skateboard!
Jimmy.
We're never gonna romance for the rest of our lives.
Hey,
Hi there. Girl, you are one cool brat.
Let's talk about Bully 2 for a second. Who's excited about that? So, officially Rockstar has not announced any Bully 2 news ever. We're coming upon 12 years since this game came out. Unofficially, according to the internet, which is probably the most reliable place in the whole world, Bully 2 is the next game that's going to come out from Rockstar after Red Dead Redemption 2. So we're pretty excited because the internet said so. It's pretty much a guarantee that Bully 2 is going to be out probably by the time you watch this video. At this point, I think is a pretty safe bet.
Sounds fair.
It sounds reasonable. So it's a good time to be catching up on your Bully 1 speedruns because we're all about to become Bully 2 speedrunners. Yes, chat, but the difference between Bully 2 and Half-Life 3, Bully 2 is happening in 7 minutes. Alright, big skip right here. Skateboard right off that edge. That's going to skip a ton of balance beaming. So you're not going to see balance beaming until I really mess it up later on in the game. Now let's get a fight. We got to get this guy down to yellow health. So he's going to hit us once and knock us over here. But then he's going to be tired. And we can slug him out to yellow health while he's tired. Hits us once more time. Oh, we didn't get firecrackers. Our strats change if we don't have firecrackers here. Do the spray paint strats. If we had firecrackers, we'd be doing different strats because we run a death warp after this.
Run.
Ow. Hey, you spray paint. There we go. And this guy is so vain. That when you spray paint him, he takes the time. Oh man, this would be awesome. To wipe the spray paint off of his face before he continues the fight. He's like, "Oh, you've ruined my look!" And we could just wail on him during that.
You know, you're all right, Jimmy.
Oh man!
Okay.
I missed a joke! Back in Chapter 3, I forgot to point out that the skateboard on the snow makes Grand Theft Auto San Andreas tire marks.
And done.
Oh.
Alright, so we have no health, which means we could death warp here, but we're not gonna. Instead, we're gonna play it safe. I am demonstrating that I am willing to play this game safe for a marathon. We're gonna grab one soda, and we're gonna do the safety strats. I know, right? Reset just so I can tell that joke in Chapter 3. Or point out the interestingness of it. Alright, complete mayhem. This is the last mission. We're there. We made it to the end of the game. Woo! Step 1. Go rescue Russell. We're gonna need his crashing into walls to open them skills. He's scared and hiding in Wonder Meats. Would you eat a food made by a company called Wonder Meats?
No, I would not.
Jimmy,
So I wait for him. I need an audio cue there. I wait for him to say Jimmy.
and I smell like meat.
Alright, that guy's gonna knock me off. Who cares? I don't need my bike. I can glitch faster. Alright. And Russell's gonna turn on no clip mode because we clearly left him behind. Left him in the dust. And Russell gets here before us and saves us. There you go. Russell turned on the hacks. So I guess this is an invalid run because Russell cheated.
We gotta get to the school.
And now, oh, I love this part coming up. The boss rush. Straight up Mega Man style boss rush right here. We have to go refight every boss. And we have to acquire our favorite weapons for each one of them. And we got to take them out. I love this part. It's so fun.
Damn, they're locked.
And the other part that makes this fun is that before, when we bike through the school, we have to dodge these children. You don't want to run over kids because, well, I guess maybe because it's wrong, but mainly because you would get in trouble. But there's pandemonium going on in this school, and so we can run over kids as much as we want. We don't have to worry about it. The only thing that happens when we run over a kid is we get slowed down just a little bit. But we don't have to worry about running them over, so that's awesome. The straight up boss rush. We're going to start with the nerd boss first. The nerd boss has very little health. Every boss has 2 lackeys as well. 2 cohorts, 2 sidekicks. In this nerd boss, everyone here takes 1 shot. For the rest of the boss rush, the different bosses are going to take more than 1 shot.
A great plan. You idiot! Gary's plans are a load of crap. I should know.
The nerd boss first.
You don't get it. With my brains and his lack of morals, nothing can stop us.
Whatever. I'm gonna stop you both.
All right. So that seemed fast, right? That was pretty cool. Where's my bike? You don't want to do this part without a bike. There's too many people to run over. Second boss here. And we also picked up a health there. I'm going to want to pick up 1 more health in this next boss room. And I don't want to go in the door until I have the right weapon equipped, because I can't select it fast enough to make it useful. Because this guy's going to charge right at me. Second boss, preppy boss.
Oh, it's
And there's Hugh Hefner robe right there.
Don't worry, boys. I'll deal with him.
You're getting really
And this guy has the most health out of any of the bosses. So we just use a bottle rocket launcher. We're out of there. That was pretty fast. So we didn't get the firecrackers that I wanted earlier in the game. I'm gonna go out of my way to grab some right here. That like 4 seconds right there. Back where I was. That's why I wanted the RNG drop earlier. I'm gonna use firecrackers on this next boss, because this next boss, he's gonna have 2 sidekicks. And this is the only boss where one of his sidekicks takes more than 1 hit. So we want to be doing area of effect damage. We want to be hitting multiple people at a time, because we got to do multiple hits on multiple people. So we'll get out. And this boss actually, his sidekick is stronger than him. He takes 2 hits, his sidekick takes about 5.
You're just asking for it.
I'm penetrating your defense.
You liking that, ain't you? Get out.
Let me up.
Right in the numbers.
Let me throw one.
Russell smash.
We are super low on health.
Russell will be barbarian.
And then we picked up some health. Woo! And we're out of there. All right, last boss is the greaser boss. Apparently, last boss is actually the wall. And also, the game does this. It decides, I'm gonna do a cute little walking animation instead of actually getting on the wall. Park the bike right there. What's the best weapon that I have left? It looks like it's bottle rockets, so we'll be using those here. And that's how this boss works. We pretty much choose last one.
What the hell are you doing, Johnny? Why are you taking orders from Gary?
Shut up, Jimmy. You left us and everything went down the toilet.
I beat you once, I'll beat you again.
Hey, quit playing around. How do you like that?
Oh god, my health! I'm definitely gonna want to pick up some health before the final boss fight. That's enough. We picked up one. I want to go. We got the final boss fight coming up. And here's one of my favorite tricks in the game. We get to see it again. There's the mission marker at the door. Just crash right into the door. Activates the mission. Alright, here we go. Last, like, 15 cutscenes, 80 loading screens, and 1 fight. That's all we got left.
You're finished, you bunch of bitches!
That was incredibly satisfying.
So why don't we get in our last bout of donations before the end.
Got some business with
All right. Greetings from Germany.
Good luck.
Nadine here. Student says, teacher, I don't have a pencil. Teacher says, how did you come to school without a pencil? Student says, I took the bus.
I get it.
Come on.
Greetings from Germany.
Your attention, please.
Hildegard here.
Jimmy is complete human trash.
The teacher says,
Gary, you little bitch.
student, can you tell us where the Declaration of Independence was signed?
Let the games
says-
begin.
Of course, it was signed at the bottom.
I like it.
Greetings from Germany. Frank here.
Gary!
Kid comes home from
Why'd you
school
do it,
and
Gary?
tells his mom, the teacher says, I need to write more clearly. Mom says, that's a good idea. Student says, no, it's not. Then she'll know I can't spell.
Alright, so here we go. The last fight, or we got a little chase before that. All of our weapons have been taken away, including our slingshot. And you get to see the first instance of balance beams. Not that there weren't balance beams earlier in the game, but I managed to skip them all. And we're going to try to skip these balance beams as much as possible here. Much to the anger, or there's something in chat. Because it's very risky. We're going to try to jump halfway onto the balance beam. But if you miss, and it's a small target, we got to make up some time. Oh, he hit us with the brick, stopping our jump.
Under fire from Russell and his goon.
Oh my goodness. Balance beam.
So hopeless. Just needing a friend. Any friend.
And he hits us with a brick. Our health is super low. Luckily for us, he might drop a soda here.
It was all so clear. You had your lust for power, but without intelligence to back it up. Using you as a pawn was so wonderfully obvious.
Sometimes there's a soda behind that wall of
Have
bricks.
his fun.
Today there was not.
His childish little games with Ernest.
So we get to do the boss fight with really low health, which is fine. Don't worry about it.
Take it all. It was like lining up dogs.
We're gonna do something here called bell skip. Normally you'd have to wait for those bells to fall and you would take damage from them. However, by jumping over that wall there, we just activate the final fight. And here we go. This is the final boss fight. And it has 3 cycles, but if we 8 parts skill, 2 parts luck, hopefully we don't see any of the cycles but cycle 1. And we're doing grab locking again, which you saw back in chapter 3. Where I keep grabbing him and don't let him do anything else, and then anytime we get a good grab. Alright, so we're going into cycle 2. Let's skip cycle 3. There we go! And that's the speedrun. That's Bully. Thank you for watching. You can see in this final cutscene here that we save Professor Oak, which is the most important part. He's tied up.
I heard the whole thing. You're expelled. Coming on top.
We beat this. Mistakes were made. Things happen. Marathon things happen. And we beat it in 248, which is
Finally,
250 would be
everything's
the
sorted
estimate that I would
more or
give.
less.
One thing I never mentioned during the speedrun is that the speedrunning community measures this game by in-game time. There's a clock that happens at the end of the cutscene. So usually my stream would go to the end of the cutscene, but obviously you wouldn't need to do that. You wouldn't need, or the end of the credits. You obviously wouldn't need to do that in this kind of scenario. But it was a very good time. It was a very fun run. We showed off a lot of the tricks. Did pull back a little bit safety for some of them. But thank you so much for watching. Chat, thanks for being here. Keep us company. Uncle Kev spamming the bits. Love it. Oh my goodness, that cup overflows. That cup is just drowning. And there we go. Anything you want to say?
One more joke for school.
All right, one more joke.
I was the nose afraid to go to school.
I don't know why.
He was tired of getting picked on. It's a bully joke.
But seriously, don't pick your nose, kids. If there's anything you learn from this speedrun, don't pick your nose. I can read chat again. Any questions from chat? Questions. What's the current world record? The current world record is held by a guy named Adam Speedrun. The difference between in-game time and the actual real time, which you see on the screen, the 248, is huge. The current world record is in-game time 2:33:42 by Adam Speedrun, so 2 hours and 33 minutes. But his real time was 2 hours and 49 minutes, which is a minute longer than my run because for some reason his loading screens got really long in Chapter 5. Next question. Why is the sky red? Because the end is nigh. Speedrun has questions, but they're not related to the speedrun. They're sort of related. Well, I guess you could ask them. I'm clearly skipping over questions that are not of import, as people who have asked them are noticing right now. So you could see. How was I skateboarding so fast? So I explained this earlier, but I'm doing something called skateboard glitching. The skateboard handles terribly and has a really slow top speed when going in a straight line. But by telling the skateboard to always be turning, so turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right, to kind of counteract, to try to get to go in a straight line, you get to use the turning top speed of the skateboard, and you also get the turning acceleration of the skateboard. So we can get the skateboard to go a lot faster. However, the skateboard that already didn't control well, controls a lot less when you're telling it to turn constantly. And then also, when we get snow physics involved, it all goes out the window. But that's how I skateboard fast. Did you know you're in the Guinness Book of World Records for bully? I didn't know that.
There he says Guinness World Records Gamers Edition 2008.
I didn't know. Is that a real thing? All right, let's check the stats. So our time was 2:38:58, so pretty much a 2:39. Once again, we did marathon strats and we did some stuff for fun here. So that is 2.5 minutes behind my personal best, which we're gonna crush any day now, and 5 minutes behind world record.